Hello everyone, and welcome back to Escape from Everafter with Chaos Counseling. Actually, hold on. Let me turn the game's audio down a bit, because this is a very loud... The audio in this game is very loud. The music in this game is very loud. So, that sounds much better. Because, yeah, this game has a very loud, very boisterous soundtrack, and I do mean that in a good way, because I do really I absolutely adore the soundtrack in this game. Anyway, last time we just started the game, we found that Everafter Inc. has invaded Tinder's castle and shrunk her down in size, and now we got an intern position because we're trying to undermine the company from within. And we're currently in the Three Little Pigs, and we've teamed up with Wolfgang, aka the Big Bad Wolf, and we're trying to stop the Three Little Pigs from completely destroying the storybook. And again, I know it's... Wait, a party? That's a party heal? Oop. Oh, no. It's just a... Okay. Hold on, is anyone hurt? No one is currently hurt, so yeah, I'm just gonna throw that away. Hello, breakfast. How are you doing? Hey, and I'm glad you could be here. Yeah, I think I did all the recap that I need to. Are you violence or no? The pigs are hiding inside this stick house. It's surprisingly tough. Good luck getting inside. I came from watching dinosaur memes. Hey, you know what? Dinosaur memes are probably like the peak of intellectual entertainment. So I appreciate that you deemed my stream worthy enough to... Oh, we're in a sewer. Oh, right. This is the shortcut back to Wolfgang's village. Sweet. Give me all the ink. Right. This is the shortcut. Yeah, this is the shortcut. Happy Howl Hovel. Admittedly, I don't necessarily know if that shortcut's truly necessary per se, merely due to the fact that we have the... Oh, wait. What am I doing? Big Bad Wolf. Of course we gotta blow the house down. I was watching those memes from Dino Facts. Okay. Oh, I love that. You know, I do love this little touch that Wolfgang doesn't, you know, blow the house down with his mouth like in most Big Bad Wolf depictions. He just rocks out on his guitar that it summons wind. Oh, my helmet's gone. Gee, bro, you sure you made a big stick up?
sting about my house being made from straw, but sticks don't seem much better. Quiet, you. We gotta go warn our little bro about these punks. I'm sure they're coming for him next. Also, we need to deal with the fact that the guy who's voicing us can't do enough voices, so we now sound alike. Going up and just make sure those punks can't follow me.
Oh no, violence. Oh dang, the elevator's busted. Well, we gotta follow them up there. We gotta follow them up. We gotta follow them up there. How do we fix this? Well, I suppose if my other unicorn pals were here, we could repair the thing. Here's the burly pig drop this elevator key. Elevator key. Way to get, but you won't do much good for this elevator, but it'll work with the other ones by the entrance. Great, we'll go get the other unicorns and bring them to you. You know, I really, really, really do not care, objectively speaking, how... I don't think repetitive is the right word or even fair. This music is... I could just listen to it for freaking ever. I can't burn this because Tinder can't turn her head down. But... I know. Yeah, cause make one of them have a Scottish accent. It'd be funny. Maybe a unicorn. Unicorns, national animal of Scotland. I didn't know that. I don't know if I can. I am awful with accents. I'm trying to think of how. I'm trying to even think how a Scottish accent sounds. Because, again, I am really bad at that. Wow. Shit. Damn, I'm legitimately struggling to think how a Scottish accent sounds. Trying to remember, you know, Braveheart, but I haven't seen that movie in so long. Think of Demon from Team... Oh, I've never actually played Team Fortress 2. I'm sorry. Oh! Let's see. Oh! You got a key! You know your mice were... You know your mice... I knew your mice were savvy! Next, stay to the left and take the yellow elevator up to the top and see if I can hop over to the crane. I think I accidentally went into my awful Russian accent. Oh, okay. Yeah, I never had any friends who've played Team Fortress 2, so it was one of those things I was passively aware it existed, but it was never in my orbit. Oh, you may need to climb across a few buildings, but you might got nothing to worry about with your 9 lives or what have you. Yeah, no, jeez, that is just, again, that's totally just turning into my really, really fake Russian accent that I use when I'm voicing kobolds in D&D. Yeah, no, don't ask. Whenever I DM D&D, I always give kobolds my, like, really bad Russian accents. That was perfectly funny, my guy. Claim my laughter right now. All right, well, I'll keep using that voice then. And yeah, it's like, I think the whole Russian accent thing is, kobolds are actually one of my favorite D&D species ever. And, if you want it, you can do you can. Okay, sounds good. And as much as I really, 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 really hate the Russian government right now, I've always liked the way the Russian accent sounded. Guys. Sorry, one second. Let me put my Mountain Dew down. Guys. Yeah? We're like really high up. Yeah, check out the view. It's great. But my wings, I can't fly anymore. I could actually fall. I'm kind of freaking out right now. It'll be fine. We'll just take it one step at a time. The crane is up ahead. It shouldn't be too far from here. I don't know how you land dwellers do this. Please, for the love of all that's holy, don't make me fall. You know, that is actually a fascinating, and Tinder fell, thing to think about. Just, you know, a creature that... Uh-oh. What did he... Why anymore? That's true. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the best way to respond. Tinder can't. Said can't anymore. Oh, so Tinder Tinder is the main antagonist from the storybook that she and Flint come from. The thing is that Tinder used to be a big full-size dragon, you know, that could fly around and burn stuff, but after Everafter Inc. invaded their book, they slapped that collar on her that shrunk her down in size and diminished her powers and... Oops, I was distracted. And diminished her powers, which resulted in she no longer has the ability to fly because her wings are so small now. Let's see, I don't think... Okay, yeah. Once I level this ability up, Tinder will be able to break through shields, but she doesn't have it yet. So as of right now, either jumping on top of the enemies or just Wolfgang's guitars, the only recourse I have for shields. But yeah, that's what Tinder meant by anymore. Favorite D&D class? Oh, that's a hard one, but I'm gonna have to go with it. Admittedly, it does depend a little bit on the day. It's gonna be either Druid or Paladin. Granted, that might be because those are some of the few D&D classes I've ever actually been able to play for myself, since I'm usually the forever DM. And then one other class that I was able to play was specifically in D&D 3.5. There was a straight-up knight class. That was my very first... Well, okay, technically my very first D&D character was a barbarian, but that character only lasted for one session because I was still kind of figuring it out. And I'm like, I'll try barbarian. I just wasn't vibing with it, so I'm like, let me do something else. And my roommate at the time introduced me to the knight class, and honestly, I kind of preferred that. Then again, I tend to... Wait, hold on. I didn't properly... Are any of these just, like... Okay. No. Because, like, I've always wanted to play a warlock in D&D, but just never really had the opportunity to do so. Oh, shit. Wait. Okay, well, at least that did take care of their defenses. So yeah. Let's see, for me, rogue, swashbuckler, assassin, or sorcerer feel cool. Plus, I don't prefer extensive combat. Our combat focus, they feel cool to play as, and they feel cool to play as. Yeah, I always run my D&D campaigns light on combat because I just find the role-playing side of D&D a little more fun. Yeah, actually, in 3.5, there was actually a standalone class called the Swashbuckler. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually kind of miss that class being a thing in D&D because I really liked it. Because their whole gimmick was that they could add their intelligence. They were a lightly armored combat, because they were added in the D&D supplement called the Complete Warrior, I think. If I could be... Oh, shit. And their whole gimmick was that they could add their intelligence modifier to their attack damage, because the idea, it's like, they're so smart, they know where to hit vital organs and whatnot. Or maybe it's more like they're combat efficient enough that they could do that. That being said, Swashbuckler mainly has a rapier, right? Yeah, that's atypically... I mean, let's be fair. I kind of feel that in 5th edition, rapier has kind of become like the ultimate dex-based fighter weapon. Granted, I would argue the only other one, even like 3.5, it's like if you were a fighter that used a dexterity or a range or whatever, you used a rapier or a scimitar in 3.5, yeah.
Oh, wow, I can't wait to see the crane in action. Rumor has it the pigs found an amazing supplier for their construction equipment. They're quality but cheap.
I think my castle security system... I think I got my castle security system from the same supplier. Way to go, laddie, my squeaky friends. Now it's time for us to go show them pigs what we're made of. Why don't you come with us? They may take our lives, but they'll never take they'll never take our horns. So, one of my favorite D&D 5th edition supplements I own, I like rapiers, which can both thrust and slice. Fun fact, rapiers used to be a hybrid. But slowly evolved than just thrusting historically. I'm actually think I did kind of know that. And I say kind of because it was one of those things that I definitely sort of knew in passing, but didn't really think that much about it. Hey, cities, can I take your lives, never take your... Hey, City Slicker, help us out, would ya? We got to get across this bridge, but the rubble's in the way. Here, my guys. Here, my guy will help you out. Okay, cool. That's right. Use the blue collar fellows here, carry them bouncy doohickeys around wherever we go. You never know and you might need one. I'll let you figure out what to do next with that book smarts of... But yeah. I also know that scimitars got nerfed in 5th edition, sadly. Alright, this is timed. Because scimitars used, like, in 3rd edition, scimitars had the same hit dice as... or same damage dice as a longsword. But, in 5th edition, they have a d6, same as a short sword. Then again, I think the difference is that scimitars were like the ultimate, like, crit exploiting weapon or something like that. Since you could get the expanded critic, because in 3rd edition, you could take the feat expanded critical, and you could get the scimitar honed, which expanded the critical range even further. It was crazy. Let's see, my friend's pretty new to D&D. Actually, I think we had like 2 very small campaigns, which we never finished. Oh yeah, the curse of never finishing a D&D campaign. Like, honestly, Abby has like the really unfortunate, yeah, like Abby has almost oh shit. Has sadly almost, I'm out of MP. Never actually finished, right? Yeah, I think Abby has only ever actually finished a single D&D campaign in her life because they all just tend to fall apart. Now, I am hoping to rectify that. Oh. Oh, wait, you're just buffing it. Okay, I can work around that. But yeah, no, I need Flint to go first. We're gonna take this guy out. But yeah, me and I'm actually currently in the process of doing another D&D campaign for the channel, which, you know, speaking of never finishing D&D campaigns, especially after Flashback, you know, got canceled due to a number of factors. But yeah, we are working on another D&D campaign for the channel. Me and my friend's pretty new to D&D, actually. Oh yeah, I read that one. Oh shoot, what was I gonna upgrade? I think I upgraded health last time. So let's get some more TP so we can, because there are so many trinkets in this game, and you can never have enough TP. I don't know. I think that maybe me and my friend should do small camps first to get to know D&D. That's actually a great idea, honestly, because part of the problem I think that some people can run into when they're... Oh wait, I'm on Tinder. When they're first getting into D&D is... they maybe technically overextend themselves because they get in their heads, oh, I want to go on this big grandiose adventure, if you know what I mean, and then maybe take on a little too much or a little more than they were expecting to, and might potentially burn themselves out just trying to keep track of how big and complicated everything ends up actually being, you know? So starting with short campaigns, or hell, even just quick one-shots, I think is actually a great idea to ease you into D&D. Because I know I'm still kind of royally pissed off that I never finished some of the first campaigns I ever did. And for freaking sake, we were using a module when I first learned how to play D&D. So the fact that my DM was constantly like, yeah, I can't do D&D. I'm not prepared for it or whatever, which is valid. I want to be clear. Even if you're using a module, you still have to prepare for it, but it's also just frustrating because the guy just wanted to be lazy. Because dude was lazy as fuck. That's just the honest truth of the matter. Plus, I'll make myself DM so no one argues on not wanting to DM, which in turn might not let the campaign even get set up. Yeah, no. Finding someone willing to DM is definitely the biggest hurdle that most parties face. As I was the one who introduced D&D to my family and to my wife and to our friend group at the time, I kind of just fell into the DM role by default. Alright, the bridge is fixed. Come on, boys, let's roll! I know I've said it twice, but I am not sick of this music at all. I am thoroughly enjoying it. Looks like this here elevator's busted. Not a problem, laddie. Boys, lads. Good news. Why don't you go ahead and we'll meet you up there? That's the game's way of saying we don't want to animate all the unicorns shuffling inside this elevator, so just go. I kid, really. Ooh, smelling salts. Alright. Let's see. Corbu's battle theme from Legend ZA is stuck in my head. As well as Xena's theme from Oris. Yeah, the music in... I'm sure Xena... I'm sure I said her name wrong. Their name wrong. Yeah, the music in... Well, just music in Pokemon in general is always awesome. Oh, yep. Okay, final boss of Chapter 1.
Bro, I mean boss, they're here. These are the ones I was telling you about.
Well, these are the filthy degenerates that have been causing problems in my construction site.
Yeah, these jerks were sent here from corporate to help us, and they turned on us. They destroyed my house.
Pitiful, no matter. I built my house out of brick because I'm the only sibling with even a modicum of intelligence. It's important. It's impenetrable. I bid these peasants the best of luck in trying to dismantle it. Aye, Wolfgang, you know what to do next? Cute. As if I could be foiled by a light breeze. Oh no, it didn't work. We gotta try something else.
Oh, don't worry, I got this. Little pigs, let me come in. Not by the hair of my, chin.
You know what? I've had enough of this. I adore the design of this machine. Here we go. Oh, cool. It gets me all of them. Oh, reminds me of Cuphead again. I'm not surprised, actually. Again, I don't know much about Cuphead, but from what I do know, this does seem like something that would be out of Cuphead. Oh. Getting the timing on that one's very... I've always kind of struggled with. Take that, cop. You'll never take me down, coppas. Ooh. There we go. Like, the timing's a little easier after the first blow. It's just... Yeah. It's just, I can never remember when the first strike actually comes. But yeah, this first boss fight does remind me kind of the very first boss fight in Paper Mario, which I think is probably kind of intentional. Where, like, the Koopa Bros are inside, like, their cardboard Bowser, but it still has its very own great distinct feel to it, that it doesn't just feel like, oh, they just don't have any original ideas or anything like that. I'm like, no, this is still very, very unique in its own right, and I do really like it. No, let's actually... Hey, Muffin, how's it going? I am actually doing pretty good, all things considered. Had a successful session 0 of D&D last night for a possible new campaign, so that was kind of fun. My house, you destroyed it, how dare you? Let's see, favorite Decepticon. My top 3 is Shockwave, Soundwave, and Barricade. My favorite Decepticons, I feel just partially because of the joking meme status it came with me, I have to put Starscream in my top 3. So, let's see, I'm doing alright just theorizing about Ninjago. Next episode, I made a bingo of what will happen next episode. Technically, I can watch right now, but I'm watching it weekly. I get you. So, yeah, Starscream will be in my top 3 simply because of, again, the meme he kind of became. Then my absolute favorite Decepticon is Cyclonus. Specifically, well, IDW Cyclonus is not technically a Decepticon, but because Cyclonus historically is a Decepticon, I'm counting him. Megatron is 4th. Also, did I hear Ninjago? Yes, Muffin is one of the biggest fans of Ninjago. Hey, I've actually learned more about Ninjago from them than I have in my entire life. And then let's see, my third favorite Decepticon. Oh, that's a hard one because I like Soundwave, I like Shockwave. I love Tarn and all of the DJD. I'm gonna say, and these next two, it can kind of vary depending on how I'm feeling. My third favorite is either Six Shot or Deathsaurus. I'll make you pay. You think I won't get my hooves dirty? I'm a pig, remember? I was born rolling around in the mud, and I'm not scared to return to it. I'll drag you down with me if it's the last thing I do. I do actually love that this boss fight is multi-phase. Again, I know that's probably not that, you know, that big of a thing or whatever, but I do still appreciate it that we do get a multi-phase boss fight. Oh, I need to... Okay. Oops. Oh, there. The most Soundwave designs are good. I like G1, Prime, Earthspark, and some others. Alright, animated as well. Yeah. No, I don't think Soundwave has had a truly bad design. Because, like, some characters like Megatron, I feel have had, at least objectively, bad designs at various points in their lives. Like, I know it's iconic, but I really can't stand, Transformers Armada's design of Megatron. But trying to think of other characters. Heck, even Optimus has had some designs I really don't care. You know what? Hold on. Let's take him out so we have one less damage to worry about, and then I'll scan Senior Short Snout. on a cold winter morning in the time before the light. Animated and Prime designs for Megatron are the best for me, but the TFO design is also good. Yeah, Prime is probably peak design for Megatron for sure. I like the animated design fine. I think my favorite design for Megatron is probably his final design in IDW Comics, because it's very reminiscent of his G1 design, but it still has a lot of individuality and personality. Then again, this is something I strongly disagree with my brother-in-law on. I just love the IDW designs in general. Like, Cyclonus's IDW design is peak. Like, easily one of my favorite designs of any Transformers character is Cyclonus's IDW design. I just get some health back into Flint, just in case. Then again, his attacks are so easy to dodge, I probably could have saved that. But at the same time, healing items are so easy to come by. And we now have roast pork for dinner. And that's a level up. The voice and how he speaks Megatron in Prime is just so good for me. I like how he said he has a reason for being the top dog in the pits. I agree. You know, honestly, I haven't been the biggest fan of Megatron's voice in some of the series that have come out since Prime. Not that I dislike any of the voices, but they just... like, because I wasn't the biggest fan of Megatron's voice in Earthspark. And his voice was fine in Cyberverse. Which, even though I know Cyberverse isn't great, that series was peak for me just because of McAdam. Okay, that's a lie. When it comes to Transformers, nothing will ever surpass Beast Wars for me. But that was because that was my childhood series. How could this happen?
Okay, bro, you're in pretty bad shape. Let's get out of here. This ain't over yet, bud.
And they're not wrong. The Three Little Pigs are actually kind of minor reoccurring antagonists. Kind of in a really minor way that, like, Koopa, or that little egg guy was in the first Paper Mario game.
We did it, friends. My village is saved. We're gonna be famous. Everybody brainstorming new ideas for a concert album based on our adventures. We'll call it Wolfgang and the Big Bad Buds.
Hey, I kind of like that. See, Earthspark Soundwave was good, not gonna lie, especially his confrontation with Megatron. Okay, I haven't actually seen enough of that series. I watched the first couple episodes and then just started doing other stuff. Oh, I didn't tell you to turn on. Yeah, the city slickers should have some moves. Literally none of us are from the city.
Thanks, we were happy to help. What are you unicorns gonna do now that the pigs are gone?
We'll leave this place for greener pastures. Without this corporate threatening us, we don't want to work the dead-end jobs no more.
All right, friends, let's go back to the village and spread the happy news.
Because, yeah, again, one thing I did like about Earthspark is they did so in IDW Comics, Megatron does become an Autobot. And I feel Earthspark was emulating that plot point because it led to some good stuff. And Soundwave's reaction to Megatron becoming an Autobot in the comics is some of the best, was peak, you know?
Attention, everyone, we did it. We stopped the Three Little Pigs and Everafter Inc. from bulldozing our village for their construction project. Well, Gosh, Wolfgang, I hope you didn't cause too much trouble with our porcine neighbors. They were just the nicest folks I ever met. No, but that's what I'm saying. They weren't very nice after all.
IDW's Autobot Megatron was better than Earthspark's, no arguments. Yeah, and I think that's just because Earthspark was still made for with kids in mind, whereas IDW was trying to be more adult. Whether or not that's a good or a bad thing is entirely up to preference, but it's just, by design, there's probably just going to be a lot more effort put into it in terms of quality writing. Not that guaranteed, because just because something's made for adults doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be better.
They were planning to destroy an entire village to build some apartments. Oh, gee, that can't be true. I'm sure we would have heard something about that if that was the case.
Yeah, the pigs literally said it to your face.
Yep, those pigs never...
Yes, they did.
Oh, sweet Wolfgang, you do tend to get carried away sometimes.
Okay. Right, I forgot how annoying and dismissive Wolfgang's village is.
Hope you enjoy showing us your new friends over at Longlow. We still can't thank you enough for fixing the windmill for us. The tourists love it. Enjoy the rest of your stay here in Happy Hollow. It's okay, my buddies are grateful in their own way. By the way, if you don't mind, if I keep traveling with you guys, Worlds of Storybook to explore sounds exciting.
Well, that might be a bit fine by me, and you prove yourself to be quite useful. Yeah, I kind of forgot how annoying and dismissive Wolfgang's town was to him. I'm like, oh yeah, that's decent justification for why he's like, I want to leave my storybook and come with you. Anyways, it seems we're done here. With their construction project no longer operational, Everafter Inc. should be sufficiently crippled. I bet they're already packed up and leaving as we speak. We can leave through that machine in the village library, right? Once we're done wrapping up here, let's head back to my castle and finish off what's left of Everafter Inc. Oh, Tinder. Yeah. Tinder. Just Tinder. This is chapter 1. I believe there's 5 chapters in the game, so sadly, no, they're not. That's not gonna be the case. Ahem, Flint and Tinder, welcome back. Mr. Moon would like to see you in his office immediately. Please head right over. I guess this is it. We're getting fired. Good. With that big construction project destroyed, Everafter Inc. is probably laying everyone off and going back to the real world now. Yeah, you must be right. Let's go. Yes, please.
Oh, Flint, welcome. Please come have a seat. Oh, and who might your new furry friend be? Well, my name's Wolfgang. Oh, you may know me better by my stage name, the Big Bad Wolf. Well done, Flint, recruiting a new capable member of the team. Why do you never cease to impress me? Well, I'm just going to speak to you about the expansion of the team.
Expanding? Hang on, aren't you going to be laying folks off and leaving? You know, with the Three Little Pigs construction project falling through?
Quite the contrary, my friends. Business is booming thanks to you. You're too humble. You see, the construction project was absolutely bleeding money. It was going nowhere. And on top of that, those 3 little pigs were stealing our funding.
Yes, the franchise is 19th season, but only the first 10 episodes are released. Other half of them will be released. Okay.
That's right. They were lining their pockets with Everafter Inc.'s funds. But of course, you know all that already. You saw that construction project was a failure and took the initiative to shut it down. That's what we at the corporate word called trimming the fat. The higher-ups are all very impressed, by the way.
I don't know what to say.
Because of your leadership initiative, I have a special surprise for you. You're being promoted.
Yay, I'm an associate, I guess.
We're moving you up from the intern associate to associate. Congrats, my friends. You deserve it. Speechless, eh? You've done excellent work here so far. Everafter Inc. is about, and it's about time a bit more about your future of the company. Between you and me, we have a new position opening up soon, Director of Storybook Affairs.
Is that pink guy an actual mouse or, an actual... or disguised as a mouse. Which pink guy?
Director of Storybook Affairs.
Oh, you mean the player? You mean Flint? No, that's just a mouse. That's just a mouse outfit.
Our Director of Storybook Affairs will be entrusted with Everafter Inc.'s long-term plans. There will be a liaison between our Storybook Network and the headquarters in the real world.
Also, opinion on Jurassic World, Camp Cretaceous, and Chaos Theory, both of you. I haven't seen Chaos Theory, and I haven't seen the last season of Camp Cretaceous, but I liked Camp Cretaceous.
That's right, Everafter Inc.'s real-world headquarters. Only the Director of Storybook Affairs had the security clearance to go there. The privilege to travel the real world is a true honor, kid. You haven't even been there. You'll be privy to all kinds of company secrets at our headquarters. So naturally, a trustworthy and reliable go-getter needs the position.
I need to look what ether is. But yeah, again, to answer the Flint, the guy in the construction outfit with the mouse ears, we were given this construction outfit to sneak into the construction site by the 3 blind mice, so it had ears on it. So that's why they kind of look like a mouse. Both of them are good muffin.
So naturally, a trustworthy and reliable...
Wrong voice.
So naturally, a trustworthy and reliable go-getter is in need for this position. I think someday you'll be perfect candidate.
You do? I mean, yes? It would be an honor. That sounds like a dream job. I'm absolutely up for the task.
Not so fast, kid. You still have a ways to go. Anyway, congrats again on your promotion to associate. Why don't we catch up later? We'll go back to your office and catch up on some emails, I'm sure.
Yeah, but speaking of just mouse, I can take these. I was just keeping it on because, you know, why not? But now that we're out, let's change outfits. Have I broken you yet? Yes, I have.
So let's review the situation. By overthrowing the field of pigs and ruining the construction project, we seem to have helped Everafter Inc. It's so aggravating. I just want my body and my castle back. But I think I'm just starting to understand exactly how pervasive this company is. I think I've got an idea, though. Did you hear what Mr. Moon told us about the new job opening that he'd like to eventually consider us for?
Blah, blah, blah. Recap, recap, recap. Recap, recap, recap. Memories, flashback. Blah, blah, blah. I'm in your brain, and you can never get rid of me. It's Mac tonight.
If we can get that promotion to Director of Storybook Affairs, we'll have to get clearance to travel to Everafter Inc.'s headquarters in the real world. And with that access to the company's secrets, maybe including the secret of how to bypass Everafter Inc.'s technology, I could finally figure out how to take off this collar. Maybe at their headquarters, we can even find a way to destroy their storybook traveling capabilities once and for all. Exactly.
Wow, that's quite a plan. So what do we do next?
Well, as much as I hate to say it, we just keep playing the long game. We'll do whatever it takes, task we're assigned next, and do it well enough that I'm sure we'll earn our next promotion. We have a ways to go until we earn the Director of Storybook Affairs position. We just have to be patient.
All right, I suppose we should go check our emails to get our next tasks. Let's get to work. First one looks like a CG Netflix animated series. Correct. Chaos Theory is a sequel to that. Yep. Mr. Moon is in your head. Now you and Edgelord have another thing in common. Yeah, it's true. Oh, so I didn't know that. So is Chaos Theory, like if it's a sequel to Camp Cretaceous, does that mean it has characters from Camp Cretaceous in it as well? Let's see. We're looking for Library K. Oh, that's good. Right. Yeah, Mother Goose was like, I want the torches lit, but now she's like, I want them extinguished. Never happy with what you got. Yeah, we got Wolfgang all over the office now. Okay, series a direct sequel, same main cast, but it's aimed at an older audience. Okay, that's cool. It's always nice when a series decides to, what's the word I'm looking for? Let their tone and story age up with the target audience, you know? I know that's technically what Beast Machines tried to do with Beast Wars. It just failed because of really, really stupid reasons. Good heavens, but also soft torches. More natural light is much better. You want to do your most of your hands. Mother Goose versus Mother Goat. Toriel. Yeah, Toriel is absolute. Wait, that's not the save. That's not. No. I'm sorry, but Goat Mom is absolutely winning. I don't remember the last time anyone asked me that. I come from the humble little tale called Red Riding Hood. I'd love to go back and visit someday, but, well, I won't get to do that. Toriel will win. Just gotta make dinner out of that goose. Yum, roast goose. That sounds wonderful. Alright, Dire Straits. I'm gonna hold off on buying that because I feel like there is still something I need to save up for. But I just don't remember what it was. Goose pie. Beep boop. Excuse me, I don't feel well. I think my internal infrastructure malformed. I can't fix. I need some aluminum, otherwise it might explode. Okay. Well, that's one of those things that we'll get it eventually, but not right now. Shoot, I'm trying to remember what I needed to be saving my money for. Must be a Monday. Let's see, so I still can't get up there. Oh yeah, we got a spoon for this guy. Yep, I got a spoon. Have a spoon. Now the zombie can eat their soup. I've actually been replaying Deltarune since I lost my old save files, but also beat Evil and was absolutely awesome. Yeah, I know that... Oh, aluminum. I know a lot of people are still, like, begging us to do Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4, but... And I'm not saying we won't. It's just that was a game that we always played with Flays and just... We're stupid busy these days. Flays is stupid. I mean, Flays is actually now on a hiatus from streaming, period. So it's just, I mean, hell, we need to find time to get back to stream more of Fantasia at Regime's End since the game's developer is sponsoring us to stream it. But again, we're just so goddamn busy. So it's like, I mean, heck, Abby and I barely have time to stream together. Car, why did you make Everafter Inc. come here? Oh, yeah, it is Car's fault. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Team name. Trivia Laugh Love. MG, that's a great name. Sparkly. Lamau. Attention, runaway trivia host on Starlight. I just asked to run the cooperative trivia night, so here I am. It's the first question that might be a tricky one. The question is, what color is Mr. Moon's bow tie? Next question is, what symbol is displayed in the standard coin? Valid. Shoot. I'm pretty sure it's a star. Oh, it's a moon? Oops. You know, fuck it. Time to cheat. Yeah, probably aren't going to win since we missed one question. Oh, well. Don't get me wrong, cheesecake is a really good item, but all I care about is the sun gem, because I can get cheesecake as elsewhere. Remember Creepypasta era? Made children and teen paranoid for the rest of their lives. Oh, yeah. Yeah, as much as I want to see Deltarune streaming, I get it's difficult. Don't worry, though. The entire Deltarune will be fully out with all the chapters by 2029. Yeah. Okay, I got 3 ink. What was I specifically? Might have been that one. Yeah, that would be a good one to have. Oh, I need to upgrade this to blow shields. I missed that. I think I might have been saving up for this one, but I think... Oh, it only breaks through wooden shields? That's a shame. Wait. No, that's... Yeah, I'm gonna... I want to upgrade the things that are going to take care of. One of my friends who's Jack the Killer lived in our local forest. Interesting name for a dragon tinder. Yeah, it's a play on words since the main character, well, the main player, well, because Flint and Tinder are both the main character. Well, everyone's the main character since the human's Flint and her name's Tinder. So yeah, it's a play on Flint and Tinder. I don't know why he told us that, because I'm pretty sure we've already had this discussion. Yeah, I want these specifically because just the next chapter we're going to, the more gothic attire will fit quite well. Plus, Flint just looks good. I remember when I read an article on SC, I watched a video and it showed its face, and I generally thought my end came without fear. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I want to get the abilities. Now I need to save up, because I need to get my hands on these. And that one is ridiculously good. I want to get that too. Is that a cat from Alice in Wonderland? Yes, yes it is. It is the Cheshire Cat, or Cheshire Cat, however it's pronounced. I don't want Flint having the free health share because he... I just don't think I've got enough at the moment. That was weird. Like, I literally couldn't move forward. Yep, I remember you. Yep, give me all the ink bottles. Cool. Do. Okay, was there more email? I mean, besides the email of doing the next quest, but Still can't really help you. I've got an aluminum I need to give to to that robot. Yeah, I think it's... So yeah, we can just head back to the we can just head back to the Liberty. Okay, I know there's supposed to be something I can do with... Let's see, it's a real Ninjago. Here's a real Ninjago artifact. The Mirror of the Dead is a mystical artifact that shows the greatest fear of anyone who looks into its reflection. It's currently located in the Explorers Club. My greatest fear is the ever constant fear of rejection and spiders. Probably spiders. Got some aluminum for you. Yep. Thank you so much. I'm going to open front of panel and fix myself up. I can give you some privacy here. Don't be a pervert. The deed is finished. I feel so much better. How can I thank you here? Yeah, I'll take an ink bottle. Oh. Wait, what? Oh, right. I think this is part of a trading quest. It's shown one of the ninja without their power. One of the ninja reflection is their dad, who is the Dark Lord, Lord Gremodon, and the robot ninja saw himself only code. No humanity left. My fear response spiders is to spray water at it. Spiders only appear in my bathroom when I'm using it. Oh, I feel that. Yeah, like I was always afraid of spiders just as a kid. But I had kind of a sort of traumatic event dealing with a fucking Black Widow. That just amplified it.
Hey there, Flint. Thanks for coming to see me. So listen, I've got a bit of a delicate task for you. You see that locked door over there? That's the library's forbidden section.
Why wrong? What about Ninja Zane, by the way?
You see that locked room? That's the library's forbidden section. The company locks away books that they deemed too dangerous for its employees. I'd like you to break in the forbidden section and retrieve a certain book for me.
Break in, meaning you can't let us in?
The thing is, I don't have permission from corporate to obtain this book. The key to the forbidden section is under the protection of human resources in HR. Then HR answers directly to corporate. They're the one group of the officials that I have no sway over as manager. So here's what I'm going to need you to do.
No, not Pokemon and FNAF existing. Oh, let's see. Hey, can we call Mr. Moon? Can Mr. Moon fuck off? I'm already tired of him. No. He is a reoccurring character. Here's a real fear. Waking up in the world where your favorite thing in the entire world never existed. Yeah, that would suck.
The key to the forbidden room, the forbidden section, is kept by a branch head of HR named Ava. I wouldn't beat around the bush, kid. You're going to have to find a way to steal the key from her, because she's not going to just give it up to you.
Or Mr. Moon meets the Lunar Moon from Legend of Zelda. Yep. But why do you need this forbidden book so badly?
Quite the inquisitive one, aren't you, kid? Well, I'll explain everything once you've acquired the book. Promise. I'm not the typical one for going behind corporate's back, but I have a good reason for this. Anyway, the book's being kept in the highest tower of the forbidden section. You'll know it when you see it. Good luck.
No, you really should tell us the name.
Oh, obviously, let's just keep this between us for now. I feel I can trust you folks, and if you help me out here, there's definitely another promotion in the cards for you.
Mr. Moon should... Yeah, all right. A promotion? Well, can't say no to that. Let's go get the key from HR. But I'm like, no, you should at the very least tell us what book we're looking for, Mr. Moon. Yep, alright. Yep, I'm not ready to fight you guys. Sweet. They hit fucking hard. What's HR doing here? Thought she and Edgelord were doing something. It is a doppelganger HR. Yeah, fuck off. I'm the Sand Guardian, Guardian of the Sand. Oh, sweet. Thank you. Why, hello there. You must be Flint. My name's Ava. I work for HR, or Human Resources. I love Ava. It's my job to ensure the well-being of our employees and promote a positive working environment. For example, I just added those plants back there to spruce up the place. I spent ages arranging them just right. That's exactly the kind of thing we do here at HR. Yeah, 1 second. So, greetings, employee. My name's Freya, I believe. You've met my sister, Helga, yes? Welcome to the stairs of success. Prove your worth as an employee and demonstrate your company impact by climbing as high as you can. Would you like me to explain how this works? So basically, sand, I hate sand. It's dry. Of course, it gets everywhere. Yep. Seed jungle should have elemental master of sand, the elemental master of speed. So, basically, oh wait, I have to let you explain it. Basically, this is, the stairs of success, you'll be climbing the tower with 100 floors, each contain a monster from all over Everafter Inc. Storybooks Network. You folks have to defeat each enemy by climbing the tower. Blah, blah, blah. Basically, if you've played a Paper Mario game, at least of the first two, there's like, they would often have like the trial pits, which, you know, you basically, they were like 100 floor gauntlets that if you could get to the top, like every 10 floors you get a reward. I actually think, just for fun, we are gonna do the first 10 floors. Crap. So, speaking of sand, back in the early days of internet and meme culture and whatnot, there was a YouTube video that I watched when I was in junior high called Stick Wars, which was a parody of Attack of the Clones, just done with stick figures. And when I say parody, I mean it in like a very kind of basic bitch juvenile way. But, just the Anakin and Padme stuff was just really funny. It's like, oh, Anakin, oh, Padme, oh, Anakin, oh, Padme, pause, oh, Anakin.
Padme, I hate sand. It's so sandy. But you, Padme, you are not sandy, and that is why I love you. And it's like, we have to go, Obi-Wan's in danger. Annie, how do you know? I heard the ominous music. And it's like, this is super juvenile, I know, but this is the kind of shit that, you know, preteen me ate up, because it just tickled my stupid funny bone, you know? To be honest, I really want to play multiplayer Minecraft right now. I might do it. I hope one of my friends didn't bring in taxes and wars in it. Oh no, not taxes and wars. Oh jeez. Yeah, I'm actually really concerned about just my general well-being, because that POS who thinks he's the president of the United States is trying to make he's trying to bring the draft back. And I'm like, well, shit. Because honestly, not to get too grim, sometime, like after that POS got elected into office again, I had this like underlying gut feeling that it's like, shit, I don't know if I'm going to be alive for too much longer, just because I know, A, he's going to try to institute a draft like he's doing, and I'm going to say no, quite frankly. It's like, you can fucking execute me. I will not fight for that racist POS's, you know. Hey, Leaf. That is okay. But, yeah, no, shit is fucked. And quite frankly, the fact that, I think the thing that bugs me the most is the fact that I still have to deal with idiots who are just completely blind and completely ignore what he's doing. It's like, guys, there's no gray area here. But first, well, yeah, actually, this is a game I backed on Kickstarter. The point of this game is that the creators wanted to create a game that was a reminiscent and a throwback to Paper Mario. So yes, the fact that this game looks and plays like Paper Mario is deliberate, because the entire marketing gimmick that this game had on Kickstarter was, does anyone else miss the old school Paper Mario games? It's kind of similar to Bug Fables, which I also streamed over, I think like a year or two ago. No, yeah. I streamed that 2 years ago. Because I streamed, like, after the remake of Thousand Year Door came out in 2024, I streamed all of the Paper Mario games except the DS one and the first one, because I'd already streamed that one prior. And then after I was done with Paper Mario, I'm like, I'm going to now stream Bug Fables, and I tried to stream Born of Bread, because like, Born of Bread, this game, and Bug Fables were all meant to be throwbacks to Paper Mario, but Born of Bread, oh man, I wanted to love Born of Bread, but the game is broken. Like, there's really no way around it. The game is broken. Let's see, it reminds me of Paper Mario Thousand Year Door behind. There's the first game I saw this setup. Yeah, no, the first two games have this same setup. And yeah, no, absolutely, the indie devs who made this game wanted to make a game like Thousand Year Door. So yeah, the comparisons are deliberate, intentional, and quite frankly, I'm sure they would absolutely love the fact that they're like, we succeeded. Our game reminds everyone of Paper Mario. Like, honestly, I'm on the fence between which game I think is better, this one or Bug Fables, at least in terms of the Paper Mario-inspired games, if you know what I mean. I'm inclined to say that I think Bug Fables is a better package as a whole, because I think Bug Fables is just the right length. It's got good mechanics, plenty of side quests, but it does a number of things that do kind of annoy me. Whereas this one, it's too short, and it is a little easy at points, but, well, it doesn't have some of the, because, like, when I say that Bug Fables is too hard, I mean specifically, like, for the end game, there is a massive difficulty spike towards the end of the game, combined with the fact that, unfortunately, if you're not aware that there's you have a level cap in Bug Fables, you can kind of screw up your level up distribution. Let's see. Not an original opinion. Dweller mods in Minecraft don't hit anymore and feel reductant. I actually have never played Minecraft, so I'm afraid I can't weigh in on this, but hey, for anyone else who's played Minecraft, what do you guys think about that? Granted, I have seriously considered taking edgelord through Minecraft. Well, then again, there's a ton of games I've seriously considered taking edgelord through that just haven't got around to. I do know I need to find a way to justify taking edgelord through Animal Crossing at some point, just so I can name the town Everfell, just so I actually have something on the YouTube channel that dealing with the the city of Everfell. And again, for those who don't know, I have an edgelord comic that I'm kind of drawing. I'm drawing it with pen and paper, so it doesn't look that good, all things considered. It looks very unprofessional. I'm debating on whether or not I want to actually go to floor 20, because those first 10 floors were a cakewalk, so I think we could handle the next 10 floors. Yeah, we're gonna try that. We're gonna do the next 10 floors. But for anyone who just watches the YouTube channel, you guys might not know what Everfell is, because again, it's from edgelord's comic. So it's like, maybe I want to take edgelord through an Animal Crossing game and name the village Everfell, just so Everfell has some presence on the YouTube channel itself, if you know what I mean. Let's see, if you want to make edgelord to Minecraft, make him suffer from mods and no Moonjar and other actually good horror mods. I want to see in reaction. That'd be interesting. Sleep like Sonic Forces, I think. That's a game you played while you... Oh, yeah. So, for those who weren't around for this, I think I played Sonic Forces. It was the second game that I played as edgelord, but it was technically the third life of edgelord. Because, edgelord stemmed from my Biomutant stream, and I didn't play that game in character as edgelord. It's just where he originated from, so I consider it, it's still edgelord's OG life, even though technically Skyrim was the first game I played as edgelord. Anyway, let's see, I borrowed my copy of Legends of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. My friend's already at the first tower. Nice. But yeah, so what happened is that the second game I played was Sonic Forces. And this was during a point in my life that my job and my life in general was just absolute hell. Because I was working at a shitty hospital that didn't respect my time. I was working 6 days a week, sometimes 13 hours a day. I just was in a constant state of exhaustion. I only ever had a single day off. Well, what had happened is that this was one of the rare days that I actually was having a Sunday off, because I never got weekends off working at that shitty place. So after working, all day, 13 plus hours the day before, some Minecraft mods are able to mess with your computer, not harmfully. Bye, Leaf. But I was beyond sleep deprived at that point. I was exhausted, and I was very much like, hey, I need to make sure that I get a stream in tomorrow because I just might not have time. I don't know when I'm going to have time to stream again. And just, I was so fixated, like, mentally on the, I got to stream in the morning. I got to stream in the morning that, when I couldn't really get to sleep properly anyway. I was just so worn out and I couldn't, get proper rest that, like, apparently like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, I just couldn't sleep. Well, I mean, I was asleep, but I wasn't. And I'm like, you know what? I can't sleep. Let's just go do my stream right now at 2 in the morning. And yeah, when I woke up the next morning, Abby was like, oh, right. It's like, oh, you were up pretty late last night streaming. I'm like, what are you talking about? And yeah, I genuinely had no recollection that I had actually done that because I was just so out of it. Yeah. But yeah, guys, don't let your jobs push you around. If they expect you to work insane, unhealthy hours and don't respect your time off, don't let them walk all over you like I did. Yeah, I consider the 7.5 years I worked at that hospital probably the single greatest waste of my life that I have ever done. And it's like, I did it. It's like, people are like, why'd you stay there for so long if it was so bad? I'm like, honestly, in probably like a really stupid reason, I stayed at that hospital as long as I did because I actually believed in what the hospital stood for. Because the hospital was a mental health facility meant to help people who were suffering from suicidal depression. And I don't know, that was just a cause I could get behind. And I let the fact that I believed in what the hospital stood for let them get away with taking advantage of me for almost a decade. And it just got worse after COVID. Mother is suggesting me to do YouTube as a hobby. Yeah, no, I think YouTube is a really good hobby. Because, I mean, that's what we do here. Like, we're not monetized in any way. We don't necessarily have any plans on being monetized. I mean, not that it wouldn't be nice. I'm not going to pretend. Like, I am not so lofty that I'm not willing to be like, no, this will never be sub. I mean, because if it could, I'm not going to. Anyway. But yeah, no, I think YouTube is actually a great hobby. It's like, honestly, I think the only thing I would love, like, be like, I want to try, once I am able to get, like, a drawing tablet, of course, and make it look more professional. But my Edgelord comic, that's one of the things that I'm like, I kind of hope I can make something of that. And that's just because I am passionate about Edgelord as a character, even if they are a joke. Your mother. Respect to your mom. Actually, hold on. I want to show you guys something. Because we've never used any of the... Yeah, it's good. It's fun. She herself has one. This is her. But yeah, I've never actually showed you, like, what any of the synergy attacks look like. And what I like is that all the synergy attacks actually get more powerful the more companions you get. Because, again, because they're meant to be... the party is synergizing together. Again, the more party members you get, the better they get. And I mean, granted, not counting Flint, there are only four companions in the game. So yeah, you technically plateau
in terms of power output. But then at the same time, this game is sadly not the longest game in the world. So it's not like you don't have plenty of time to feel badass, if you know what I mean. Well, this is tricky, since so if anyone's wondering why I did that, because that thing had a buzzsaw right in front of it, I could not actually walk up and damage it as Tinder or as, well, they're also allowing me to pick any topic for making videos, even gaming. Oh, that's good. It's like, what's the point of having a hobby if it's not something that you can personally just get, like, really sink your teeth into, you know? But yeah, because that shield had a buzzsaw right in front, if anyone did an attack that requires you to walk up and attack someone like Tinder's Fire Breath or Wolfgang's Guitar Strum, they'd get damaged and the attack would get canceled out. So literally in that situation, it's like Flint was the, and since I had no more caffeine power, Flint was the only one who could destroy that shield generator, and because the pig was in the air, Flint was the only one with a ranged attack that could hit it. Does he have a small screen where I'm watching Sleepwalking Edgelord? I don't know, it counts as sleepwalking. That sounds more fun that way. Sorry, the you do statement breakfast, was that targeted at me, or was that, or did you, is that for was that said to Muffin? Because if it was said to me, can you remind, could you let me know what I said so I can give you a proper response? But if it's to Muffin, then it's just a response to that question. He's having fun. Called Sonic, Blue Boy, Insane, a lot of Wii. Muffin, okay, cool. Yeah, no, I definitely... You know, that is one thing that I do admit I'm a little sad I've kind of changed when it comes to Edgelord. Is back when it first got started, I was a lot more committed to this idea that Edgelord was in the world, in the moment, if you know what I mean. Whereas now, partially because it genuinely kind of confused some people who didn't really know, who weren't familiar. Imagine Flint having the down Dark Age shield. Ooh. That'd be cool. That'd actually be really cool. But it was partially due to the fact that a lot of people were actually getting kind of confused as to what was going on with Edgelord. It kind of resulted in people who, like I said, weren't familiar with Edgelord coming into the streams and trying to engage me in conversation, only to be confused as to why Edgelord wouldn't give them straight answers, if that makes sense. So admittedly, that is kind of why I've gotten away from, like, yep, I've gotten away from those earlier streams where, again, I was technically, like, completely in character, not him not being, Edgelord not being aware of video game shit outside of passively mentioning the idiot with the controller. No, my plants! No, my plants, my beautiful plants! No, they're all ruined. How could this happen? We're assholes. That's how this could have happened. But honestly, I just think, yeah, just the way I'm doing edgelord now really is probably the best, or at least the most friendly way to new people who are coming to the channel who don't know who edgelord is or what edgelord is or the deal with it, you know? Because I do feel some people were just kind of put off when they came in and didn't know what the deal was. They didn't know what the deal with candy canes was. Was it Flint and the Dragon who burnt the plants? Yes. The forbidden library. Oh, oh, oh. So I'm not gonna lie, this next, like, when I first played this game on my own, I was actually kind of gobsmacked when I found out what book we were going into. Because I will say, sadly, not every book we go into in this game has like a direct real life counterpoint, which is kind of sad, but the first, like, Three Little Pigs and this next one do. Like, they do have real-world things that they're an homage to, and the first two are definitely the best chapters in the game in terms of theming, if you know what I mean. Okay, let's see. I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but I've met Marvel artist Jim Zub. Oh, and got a free drawing of my own character from him. Autographed for free in my country's Comic-Con. That's really cool. Oh... sorry, it was the dragons who burnt the plants. It's the Flappy Puffs. Okay, human and dragon. You're kind of has committed war crimes. Time to Yep. Shoot, what was I saying? Because, like, I don't want to spoil what the book we're going into is yet. Because, again, I'm like, wait, what? Because, again, I kind of want you guys to have the same wait, what reaction that I did. But, like, the chapter after this one, we basically go into Treasure Island. I feel like it's supposed to be Treasure Island, but the problem is there's very loose. It's not that well defined if it's Treasure Island, outside of it just being pirate themed, you know? So I just kind of feel like maybe it's unrealized potential, if that makes sense. Because again, it's not that it's bad, it's just a pirate book, but it could be any pirate book. It's not a specific one, you know? So Max Undertale run, we'll do a genocide run and on Dragons and Humans. Oh boy, the comic me and two of my friends are making is real dark. Nice. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. The puzzles in here can be kind of a pain in the ass. Wait a second. Yeah. I don't recommend kids reading it when it comes out, if it ever does. Yeah. Hey, it's something to hope and shoot for, you know? That's good. That is... have that dream, you know? It's definitely better than... oh, man. There was a period of history. It was in kind of like my first year working at my construction job. And don't get me wrong, I am actually liking my job a lot more now than I did when I first started, mostly because the foreman I work for is on a complete POS. But I was just so, like, downtrodden and, like, creatively bankrupt because I didn't have time to create art or do the stuff I wanted to, that I really fell down the AI art generator trap, just trying to feel creative in any way, if you know what I mean. Let's see. I don't know, but I lately been really demotivated for drawing. Like when I draw, either no ideas come, but I just can't like draw a lot. I 100% sympathize, because man, I like have gone like because I used to try to get one edgelord comic out per week, but I like went like I've been going like whole months in between issues, just because I'm like, I don't know where to take it, you know? So that's where I put it. Reinforced buckler. Sweet, Flint need that. So yeah, after one of your failed attempts to defeat me, I stole your reinforced buckler and stashed it away here. Looks nicer than the one you're currently using, and well, I figured it would be benefit from a boost of your fighting skills. Oh wow, thanks, Tinder. Yeah, my old buckler is certainly stronger. I had no idea you held on to this. I forgot about it until now, but there you go. Now there's no excuse for any of you slacking in battle. Of course, since this increased my attack as 1, I should be much stronger. Now let's keep looking for this forbidden book. Again, that's something I am also glad this game brought back, is the kind of like in Paper Mario, you progress, you get like upgrades to like your weapon. It's just, this is the only weapon upgrade Flint personally gets in the game. Because again, I feel that this game would have benefited from being, because the game is 5 chapters long. I wish the game was 7 chapters long. I feel that would have been a better length. I admit I'm partially saying that because a lot of Paper Mario games are about that length. So yeah, I'm 100% letting my bias show. But at this point, if it isn't clear that I am in love with the Paper Mario formula that was introduced in those original 2 games, then yeah, I don't really. Then I clearly just need to fanboy a little more. I think it might be either out of practice, art block, comparing myself to a combination of them, or something else. I 100% agree with that. Like, one of the things that had kept me from working on art for years, especially doing something like a comic, was simply because I'm like, my art's not good enough to actually make a comic, because no one would read it. And honestly, I still think my art in my comic is awful. Like, it is so bad. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm at least now telling my jokes. Because that's a big one for me, is that it's like, at least I'm getting my humor out there. Because I am still so proud of one joke that I came up with. In one of my recent well, not recent, this one was a while ago, but it was, the joke is, well, the joke was, basically, what's the word, my pose thus flow feels stiff to myself. Oh, I 100% feel that. But basically the joke was, I'm trying to think. Basically, I made a joke about asexual erotica and about like what that would entail. And just, it's a joke I am very proud of. Sorry, for some reason my brain is telling me there might have been something down this way. I could be completely wrong. I am completely wrong. But yeah, my brain was like, wait, let's go check down here, because you know, and like I said, I do feel this game's too short, but I really do hope that this development team takes another crack at a game in this formula, because they did a really good job. Like, again, well, I think Bug Fables as a whole is a better package, is just a better product as a whole. I feel this game is a little more charming in my opinion, but that's also just because I really like this whole idea of going into different different books. That's just fun to me, for one. And for two, I do find, because like I don't mind that the way Bug Fables worked is that you just had 5 companions. Or not 5, 3 companions that were just always active in combat. That did have plenty of benefits, don't get me wrong. But I do appreciate the fact that this game has just companions you can swap between. I mean, and not just swap between, like, this is the only Paper Mario-esque game where you can actually swap out the lead character. Because in Paper Mario I didn't think that through. Because in Paper Mario and Board of Bread, Mario and Loaf you can't swap them out. It's just you can swap companions out. Well, just the fact that Flint can be swapped out of combat is very unique and actually very helpful in some ways. I think prioritizing on AI and AI art doesn't even deserve the word. It's not art. It's something to my confidence. I agree. It's not just me, but almost every artist in general, especially traditional artists. No, AI generated images are not art. And I will never back off that stance and opinion. It is not art. It might look pretty. It might look not, I mean, because that's the other thing is that I admit I still have some of the AI images that I generated a few years ago, but I deleted most of them because it's like, I don't want this. It's like, I am ashamed. I am genuinely ashamed of these things now. But one that I did keep specifically because I'm like, this does kind of still, it has, you know, I still like kind of the message behind it because I generated a lot of edgelord art. Or edgelord images, but it's specifically, it's like the one in question, it's like edgelord giving the thumbs up, and it's like I've held on to that one just because it's kind of something nice that I can send to like friends who might be feeling down or just need a little, be like, they send me a funny message and I'm like, hey, I like it. But it is something I am actively trying to not. It's something I have permanently sworn off doing again. Sorry, just those guys' rifles, it just actually kind of randomly made me think. I'm like, oh yeah, a game that I played for the channel was Valkyria Chronicles. And that was a fun game, by the way. And I'm like, I have Valkyria Chronicles 4, I can't stream Valkyria Chronicle, 2 or 3 for the channel because those games were released exclusively on the PSP. And they haven't been ported to any other system as far as I know. Plus, I can't even get them on my Vita anymore because our Vita isn't internet compatible anymore because the internet's outdated. It's annoying. I can literally tell what is AI and what is not in 4 seconds. Also, AI games are just worse generation. I hate AI games. I've actually there was like a number of games that I came across on Steam that I added to my wish list, and then I had to pause. I'm like, I need to now systematically go through every single one and just check whether or not they have an AI tag, because again, I do not want to support AI in any way, shape, or form. Oh, one of the most heartbreaking things I found is I found a band on YouTube that I absolutely loved because they were doing D&D related songs, and I just thought they were hilarious. Like one of them in particular, I'm like, this might be one of my new favorite songs, but because I can't identify AI. Like, I mean, unless there's some obvious things like the hands are weird, I genuinely struggle to identify AI. But Abby pointed out to me that this band was AI, and I was just crushed because they were that good. I really, really, really loved some of their songs. They were stellar, and yeah, I know, like, this artist, quote unquote, they're not an artist. Like, well, but I write all the lyrics. I just plug it into AI to generate the vocals and everything else. I'm like, okay, so while it's impressive you were able to do wordplay. Oh, yep. Hey, Suspicious. The Shadow over Innsbeek. So yeah, like I was saying, when I first played this on my own, and I'm like, wait, we're going to H.P. Lovecraft. I love this next chapter because the reason why it's called Innsbeek and not Innsmouth is because I think Innsmouth, I think, is still technically copyrighted by the H.P. Lovecraft's estate. But it's also because every one of the people who live in there are ducks, and that's just funny.
This must be the book we're looking for. I don't know, but it seems a bit spooky.
Spooky? Oh, please. It's just a story.
Who goes there? You shouldn't be here. Time to destroy.
Tell me all of your dirt. Time for some fabulous fury. I mean, flaming fury. But, you know, still fabulous. Let's give some encouragement. And now we can unleash the fire. Fire will teach you to burn. Ow, ow, fuck, shit, fuck, shit, fuck. Fuck, shit, fuck. Your name will be forgotten from history for all time and eternity. Okay, we got the book we came for. Come on, let's get out of here. Well, I kind of wanted to look around some more. Did you just come from the Forbidden Library? Nope. Nope, why would we be hanging around in there? The books we keep in there are forbidden for a reason. They pose a phenomenal risk to our employees, and it's my job as head of HR to keep everyone safe. So let me ask you again, were you in the Forbidden Library? Of course not. We would never break the rules. Okay, great. Glad to hear that. Apologies for ambushing you like that. Some miscreant stole my key, and I was concerned for you folks.
That was a close one. I feel a bit bad for lying to her.
Oh, who cares? The manager gave us a job to do, and we can't let a promotion pass us up. Let's go report back to Mr. Moon.
Ah, you got the book. Excellent work. Excellent work. Shoot, I keep forgetting what voice. Every time I forget what voice I gave this guy. You've got the book. Excellent work, team. So, as promised, here's the reason I had you go through all the trouble. You see, well, an employee of ours has gone missing. A detective Sherlock Holmes was hired from a mystery novel for his detective skills and street smarts. Everafter Inc. wanted to open a new branch in the book you recovered, and we thought Holmes would be a perfect fit to go scope things out. But, well, he went into the storybook and never returned. The problem is, after Detective Holmes failed to return, corporate demanded the storybook, deemed the storybook too dangerous for entry. The book was locked away, we're going against corporate, but Detective Holmes went missing on my watch. And if he's in trouble, I can't simply stand by and do nothing. Will you folks travel into the shadow of an Innspeak and help me find Sherlock Holmes? I knew I could count on you. Yep.
So why this book, The Shadow of Innspeak, so dangerous that it's been banned?
I'm sure it's nothing you guys can't handle, but just in case, I'm going to reduce the security on Tinder's collar just a tad. This is how Tinder gets her power up. It'll make your attacks a bit stronger in battle. Well, if you'll trust me so much, let's say we just remove it entirely. Not a chance, my fiery friend. Anyway, best of luck finding the detective. And as I said, if you keep up the good work, another promotion is certainly in your future. Let's see, the only story I've read of Sherlock is The Blue Carbuncle, actually. I have read 2 of his stories, but I don't remember what they're called. Oh, and team, do make sure you're prepared before you leave. Remember the visit held in the balcony. Separate taxi. See you later, kid. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to remember which ones I've read, but because I genuinely don't. Let's read all the Sherlock Holmes books I could find. Well, I mean, he's one of fiction's most enduring characters for a reason. Let's see. Okay. Can't even remember how many. I remember my school library had Goosebumps. My older brother was really into Goosebumps. I never really got into them, but that was merely because I scare really easy, and I can admit I'm willing to admit that. Happy to know that the moon at least cares about his employees to send backup. Yeah, we also have a diary of a wimpy kid. Now, yeah, I haven't... Yeah. Yeah, no, Mr. Moon... I was expecting Mr. Moon to just be a cliche evil billionaire stereotype. But no, he actually is more nuanced than that. Right, yeah. Right, I remember. Oh, yeah. That picture up on the wall right there, that is what Tinder used to look like before she was shrunk down. So, yeah, she had bigger wings so she actually could fly. Remind me, do you need something to fix this? Okay. Hold on, I need to hit up a vending machine. Six-limbed dragons and four-limbed dragons. Which do you prefer? Ooh. I was looking at a total shift, just not size, actually. Yeah, no, she Yeah, they shrunk her down to make sure that she couldn't take her castle back. So when we say 6 limbs, do you mean like 4 legs and wings? And with 4-limb dragons, do you just mean hind legs and then their arms are wings? I just want to clarify so I can give you an accurate response. Okay, cool. I go back and forth. In many respects, I do think I prefer... Oh, I thought I actually got this sun gem. I think for the most part, for river flat lizards, it depends. I think atypically, I do prefer the design of wyverns, you know, just 4 limbs. But certain types of dragons, like especially if a dragon's supposed to be like a wise sage or like a big scary dragon that's like sitting on a hoard of treasure, I tend to prefer 6-limbed dragons. Crocs are so good at survival. They are. Just because if they have front legs, they can, for lack of a better word, emote with their claws. I'm thinking of, like, when I say that, I'm actually kind of thinking of Smog from, like, the 1970s Hobbit cartoon that was created by Rankin Bass. Clarification, wyverns only have poisonous abilities. Correct. And when I say wyverns, I mean, like, stylistically, the dragons that don't have 4 legs are technically called wyverns in terms of classifications, but you're right. True wyverns are the ones that are poisonous. Or at least, yeah, never mind. So I guess for that way, I definitely prefer dragons that can have breath weapons, speaking in D&D terms, of course. Wow, I can't believe we're yet another storybook. It sure is dark and foggy here. How are we going to find Sherlock Holmes in this place? Well, first things first, let's get to our hotel and check in. Sherlock Holmes will stay in there too, so it's a good place to start looking. Also, checking into into a hotel is how the drama got started. So 4-legged dragons could be good, but I'm also biased towards 2-leg. Yeah, I get you. Actually, and you know, going back to what I was saying about like wise, you know, dragons, I think they look better with having 4 legs and a pair of wings. Also, the Chinese style dragons that are just flying serpents also really work well for that. But yeah, I absolutely adore... Let's see, Suspicious prefers 4 legs. And again, I absolutely adore the fact that we're in the shadow over Innsmouth. But again, everyone's like a duck or an albatross or whatever. So yeah, it's the shadow over Innsbeak instead. Also, because Serpentine Dragons are also good. I agree. Actually, fun fact, I think in the original printing of D&D, gold dragons were actually serpentine. That's why like modern gold dragons still have those long whiskers, because like the long whiskers are kind of more indicative of those Chinese style or those Asian style dragons. But I think it was either in 2nd or 3rd edition they made them more you know, quadrupedal, just to have better synergy with the other true dragons. And honestly, I think that was smart. I think like all the colored and metallic dragons should have synergy that way. Just have like celestial serpents or something as just a separate species in D&D. I think he's not in any state for a chat. Okay, so I say everyone's a duck, but there are other birds in here, but most everyone's a duck. I don't serve outsiders. All right, that's the pub, not the... I don't know, people confuse hydras with dragons. Well, I think that has to do with the fact that the term dragon used to not have as unified a term as it does nowadays, thanks to modern fantasy writers and Tolkien. Because, like, for those who don't know, the Tarrasque the big monster from D&D is actually based on a mythical creature that is called a dragon in its myth, despite the fact that it resembles like a chimera more. But that's just because dragon used to be a yeah. So I think that was what it was, is that it's like, oh, hydras are big scary monsters with serpent-like heads. Dragons can be described as serpents. So, but yeah, they are still very different, and I think it doesn't help that like multi-head dragons, I just feel like you don't see those a ton, but they used to be something I saw more often. So I think that could also be where some of the conflation comes from. And honestly, I do like that in modern D&D, hydras don't, or most multi-head dragons aren't a thing to help hydras keep their uniqueness, if you know what I mean. Ice dragons are underrated. Not gonna lie, I agree. That's why silver dragons are so cool. Oh, so speaking of dragons, question. Would King Ghidorah be a hydra or a dragon? I'm inclined to call King Ghidorah a dragon. Simply because he's often described as a three-headed dragon. He's got wings. I'm not saying hydras can't have wings, but in my opinion, Ghidorah is a three-headed dragon, not a hydra.
Until the preparation is complete, yes, the old one will rise soon.
But again, that is just that is just how I choose to interpret King Ghidorah. I personally, if anyone can make a compelling argument for Ghidorah being a hydra, I would be willing to hear them out and even consider it, you know? You can generate his heads, though, in some iterations. So for me, depends on the version. That is fair. Because I do know in, like, the original, like, because, yeah, in the Universal monster movies made in America, he does regrow his head after it was torn off in a fight with Godzilla. But in... But in like like the older like Showa era movies, specifically in Godzilla Destroy All Monsters, they like take out multiple of his heads, and they like his head just kind of die. Do you want to take a stranger to shame? I can unlock myself out some business with you. An instrument shop. Sounds like that would be useful for a certain someone in our party. How can we help you open the shop? If you really are keen on helping an outsider, you need to go to Town Locksmith. His shop is west of here. Thing is, there missed of a feud. I won't get it, but part with his own beak can help me, so I reckon he might have to do some convincing. We're on it. No. I like Dragapult. Oh, let's see. Not just once, but more than 5 times in the lore. He's lost that Kevin head. I like Dragapult as a dragon. Agreed. Dragapult, yeah. Dragapult is great. Sorry, I know I probably shouldn't be necessarily be putting off going to the inn so I can advance the story, but I'm sorry, I'm going to just keep putting off going to the inn. I want to look around as much as possible first. Yeah. So, also, just since we're talking about dragons, my favorite dragon in all of D&D is the Steel Dragon. And I'm disappointed Steel Dragons weren't brought back for 5e. What's everyone else's favorite D&D dragon if you guys play D&D? If you don't, no worries. Oh, so last night, a friend of mine, like, the D&D campaign that I was putting together last night was to help a friend who's never played D&D play D&D for the first time. And she did she initially did some creative, like, came up with a concept for her character and what class she wanted to be. She wanted to be a white dragonborn bard. But I then showed her some of my D&D supplements that I have that aren't like officially from Wizards of the Coast. And as we described that, she's like, wait, I don't want to be a dragonborn. I want to be the big booby dragon lady that was on the cover of one of the books I had. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, I helped her basically make, as we described her, a green big booby dragon bitch. It was funny. It was fun. Let's see. I actually don't know much of the D&D dragons. Also imagine Ice Breather, Necrotic Hydra. That'd be fun. Alrighty. Ahem, we're here to check in. There should be a room under Everafter Inc. Room 6. Say, we're looking for another Everafter Inc. employee that stayed in this hotel recently, a detective. Have you seen him?
Nope.
Thanks for nothing. By the way, I absolutely love the aesthetic of this book. Physically decaying Hydra held together by necromancy and shoots ice. That'd be fun.
Phew, I'm beat, and these beds are looking mighty cozy. Should we go to sleep for the night and continue investigation in the morning?
Works for me. Later that evening. Chocolate blue. People going out in the middle of the night? Actually, what I do find a little funny is that... Flint, wake up. There's someone outside our door.
Did they leave?
I guess we should go check it out. You guys go first. I'll bring up the rear, but not because I'm scared or anything. I do find it a little funny, albeit not surprising. The shadow over Innsmouth actually has nothing to do with Cthulhu. And the Innsmouth cult, again, nothing to do with Cthulhu, but let's be real, Cthulhu is the most famous and well-known Lovecraft monster. I'm not surprised that for the sake of this Shadow over Innsmouth homage, they elected to tie the cult into Cthulhu. Let's see. I know what great drawing ideas I'll keep in mind to draw. I'm much better in creatures and stuff. No, definitely. Yeah, like... Wow, it sure is dark down here. Good thing we have the fire-breathing light source. Like, part of the reason... Like, a big part of the reason why in my comic Edgelord is always depicted as a small rabbit... It was because, well, A, when I first was putting my Edgelord cosplay together, I genuinely thought it'd just be funny if, you know, Edgelord had rabbit ears. I thought it just would look silly. But then when I actually tried drawing Edgelord, I thought, you know what? Just drawing them as a rabbit is actually a lot easier, because drawing cute little animals is easier than trying to draw people, you know? I haven't actually drawn hydras in years. Well, it's good. Hey, good time to start. Yeah, I know that hydras are like sunshines. Actually, you guys, I just realized no one in the chat would actually know who Sunshine is, because they left the channel such a long time. But my younger sibling, who used to be a member of the channel back when they were still in college, but, well, they've gotten married. They've got their own life now. So... the channels was, you know, just something fun they could do on the weekend before they actually had their own life. Anyway, point is that hydras are like their favorite mythical creature, just because they they just love snakes in general. It's always been one of their favorites. And oh no, oh no, it's the tentacle hentai place. But once again, I love the designs here. They look so... Oh, shit. I didn't notice the dagger was facing forward until obviously it was too late. Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, that's one less to deal with, I suppose. I'll read that in just a second. I just want to make sure I can... Damn it, I couldn't dodge any attack. Sunshine is the one on the banner. Yeah, I mean, I've requested... Or not requested, we need to replace the banner just since Jesse and Sunshine are never coming back to the channel because they've moved on with their lives. But yes, the problem that me and Abby have is we just don't have the funds really to pay for art most of the time. Like, getting my cut and plus Flays isn't doing art anymore. So at least not art that we could commission to update the channel, since Flays used to do all the art for the channel. And I was able to commission my cousin, like the art that we now have that is who are those guys? I don't know, but this is not what I signed up for. Hey, look, they dropped something. Hotel room 3 key. It's a room key. But the art of like the edgelord streaming thumbnail and like the art we have during the stream will begin shortly art, or we'll be right back art, or thanks for watching art. I was able to hire my cousin to do that. The problem is they're so busy these days. Because I tried to get them to, and again, I was paying them for this. They just also gave me a bit of a discount. I could try to draw a new banner and get digital drawing right, and I can contact you. Sure. Imagine if they bring in the average Kirby boss into this. I mean, yeah. Well, what's happened? It's a mess. Detective's Journal. A journal that belonged to Sherlock Holmes. This journal is a property of Detective Sherlock Holmes. Private, do not read. Let's read it. Dear Diary, today I arrived in the seaside town of Innsbruck. The air tastes of salt and the darkness is oppressive. It's a suitable atmosphere for wallowing as I am still reeling from the true love's bitter rejection. Once more I find myself alone with only my cherished diary of my steadfast confidant. Well, I'd appreciate that, Breakfast, but also do it at your own pace and make sure you're having fun, because I don't want to take advantage of your generosity. Or I don't want to abuse your generosity, that's what I should say. Why must I be so lonely? I am undeserving of love. Am I undeserving of love and companionship? Such thoughts plague my weary mind. Alas, I am here to scout this location for a new Everafter Inc. branch, and scout I shall. I'm deducing that this storybook would be perfect for a new branch, although these feathered folk are quite unfriendly. Outside my window, I keep seeing robbed figures slinking through the
darkness that was supposed to be robed. I'm a dumbass. Something strange is going on here, and I intend to get to the bottom of things.
Who has the biggest ego in fiction? Oh, ooh, shit. I'm not even sure how to answer that one, because there are so many.
Wow, poor guy, his heart's totally broken. I wonder who rejected him. Someone, from the office, perhaps?
Okay, so the guy's an unwanted loner with a failed love life. Any indication on where he went next?
The diary ends there. The rest of the pages have been ripped out.
Well, that's odd. That's odd, and the window's clearly been smashed. Did someone break in to tamper with his diary? Let's go out of the way and see what we can find.
That's right. I actually like that this one. I think this is the only chapter where like an outfit change actually affects anything, and I wish more of them did that. Well, it's the detective's jacket and hat. Put them on. I feel much more astute. Hey, look at that. Footprints belong to Detective Holmes, no doubt. Wow, dressing as a detective really does help. You wouldn't catch me wearing that goofy outfit. By the way, do you like the sketching part, color part, or the outlining part of art? I like the sketching part, mostly because I've always been awful when it comes to color. Like, whenever I've tried to put color in my art, it just never looks right. So that is very much why, like, all like my Edgelord comics, which you can view on my TikTok and my Blue Sky and my Instagram. But I mean, I actually have been meaning to. I haven't posted them to the Discord recently, and I need to fix that. I mean, not that I've done too many more since, in a while, but still, I should fix that. But it's why they're all black and white outside of, like, an occasional color here and there. Because, like, I did recently, in the last comic I actually did use a black colored pencil rather than just my sketching ones. Simply due to the fact that, a character was supposed to be, like, in silhouette. You could only see their eyes. And it just wasn't getting dark enough with just my normal drawing pencil to get the point across, so I just whipped out my black Prismacolor and did that. Let's see. I don't trust myself with coloring and inking. Sometimes I can do good. Yeah, I know that's the reason why I do want to do, try digital art again. Because you can at the very least, because since you can do the layers and you can use, like, fill in to get the colors even and then, do different shades of blue or whatever. I'm just using blue as an example because we're fighting a blue fish to get the shading and the textures rather than just draw the characters, and then you just keep drawing harder with, the colored pencil to do shading or whatever. I know, I'm really bad at it. By the way, I love the smooth, like the saxophone that we get here in this for this music. Again, I know this is like the 4th or 5th time I've gushed about the music in this game, but there's a reason. The music in this game is just good. Let's see, my main part with the coloring is using the wrong color, and inking part is getting the lines too thick, the wrong thickness. Yeah. Just, yeah. That is frustrating for sure. Burn, burn, burn.
I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames they went higher. The ring of fire. The ring of fire.
By the way, the reason I'm ignoring my coffee meter is because I've ruined so many of my good art with coloring. Same. No, absolutely same. That's why I largely do try to just not worry about coloring for the most part. It's because I'm like, I know I'm going to fuck it up, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, I can equip the attack boost finally. All point pens are underrated for drawing. They are. Oh, actually, I think I'd rather have Tinder have Hail Mary rather than health boost. Again, not that, you know, Hail Mary is bad by any means, but I just think that's what I'd rather have them use. Or do I want them to use Healthy Glow? Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. Because I will be getting another companion this chapter. So, yay. That'll give me more room for... And that'll just be another character that can equip more trinkets, so... Now, it is a shame. I mean, on the one hand, I get it. Because, like, the power boost badge, it only increases my first attack by 1. But at the same time, it is kind of lame that it does only increase my first attack. So it's like, yeah, all of Flint's second attacks only deal 1 damage, if you know what I mean. It is just a little disappointing, because the fun part about, like, the first 2 Paper Mario games is just the level of exploitability that there was in regards to using, like, all these different combos to boost, like, Mario's attack and defense. Like, again, it's a big part of the reason why, you know, if you knew what you were doing, the hammer actually became useless after a while, because you just got so much better results from jumping on people twice. But yeah, I remember, like, when I first played through this game, they did actually recommend, it's like, don't worry about, damn it, I'm an idiot, don't worry too much about raising your coffee meter as much. I mean, don't ignore it completely, but they're like, there are just so many ways that you can very easily regain coffee. Damn it, I did it again. That it's like, don't prioritize it as much. Like, don't sink a ton of your levels into it, because it won't be as valuable as being able to equip a fuck ton of trinkets and just having enough health to get through the game, you know? Because it's like, take Bug Fables, for example. Again, love that game, but the difficulty spike towards the end is pretty massive. And part of that does kind of tie into the fact that, well, you do need to up all the different stats, because you need to have, like, really good, they're called metals in that game. You need to have really good metal combos to make sure that you can use the best possible attacks and whatnot. But then you also need to have plenty of that game's equivalent of the coffee meter. So can you maximize all your stats? In this game, yes. As far as I know, there is no level cap in this game. The thing is that there aren't always super strong enemies readily available to constantly level up your characters. And the way this game works is that, you know, the stronger you get, the less experience weaker enemies give you. So you can, but to max all your stats, you would have to grind tedious battles over and over again. And I think that's the same with the first two Paper Mario games. But like I was saying, Bug Fables has a level cap, which I don't like. Hey, are you the locksmith? The instrument shop owner's locked out of his store and needs your help.
Here now, Bill. Very typical that he used some outsider to conduct his business. Well, I got news for you. That foul-feathered fiend is not welcome in my services. You know what he did?
Okay, I don't want to get in the middle of this, but what would it take for you to unlock the instrument store?
I suppose I'd be inclined to help if you did a little something for me first. You see, I lost my glasses. I'm working with all these little tiny parts that I can't see anything properly without them. Find my glasses and I'll unlock the instrument store.
Okay, where did you go last remember having them?
Let's see, I must have been fluttering around the docks.
I'll see what I can do. And yeah, you want to... This quest is how Wolfgang gets his attack boost, kind of like what Flint and Tinder have already gotten. So we definitely do not want to neglect this. Oh, is this not a... Sorry, that just really looked like... Anyway.
Our call strangler, your water. You have to drain them out of water sewers. Shame you can't fly across.
All right, let's go. Let's head into that manor. It's another entry from the detective's journal.
Dear diary, my heart still aches for my lost love. My spirit is empty, yet I trudge on. I have arrived at Quill Manor to meet with the enigmatic Madame Quail. I meant to say Quail Manor, not Quill Manor. The Quail family has roots in this town going back for centuries, and Madame Quail is the matriarch. If anyone can tell me more about this place, she can. Do you also wonder if she is single?
Holmes is a bit of an incel in this. So Detective Holmes has been here before. Let's check it out. So, hey guys, I want to ask you just a question for everyone who's currently in the stream. Quail Manor. As of right now, after Pokemon...
Oh, Madame Quail, or Quail Manor, this is where Sherlock Holmes went. Next, according to his journal. But it looks like his trail's gone cold.
Oh, let's see, in the original, I remember Holmes being all about his job. Yeah. Oh, what do we have here? I love her design, just by the way. She's cute. She's very, even though she's just a freaking quail, she's elegant. I, of course, am Madame Quail. Welcome to my home. And who do I have the pleasure of speaking with? We're Flint, Tinder, and Wolfgang, visiting on behalf of Everafter Inc. He was mad Watson told him planets revolved around the sun. We're looking for Detective Sherlock Holmes, a fellow employee. He's gone missing, and apparently he came by your manor at some point to visit with you. Have you seen him? I am afraid not. No one like that's ever came by here.
By the way, ma'am, can you tell us anything about why the streets of Innspeak are filled with hostile rope figures and other creatures?
Creatures? Why, I don't know what you're talking about. The streets of Innspeak are safe. Sorry, yeah, once we get through this, I realized I picked a bad time to bring up the question when I'm going to have a fuck ton of dialogue I'm going to have to read. I don't want to know anything that would take his brain off space and doesn't solve a crime. Understandable. My family's practically built the place, you know. I know the community like the back of my wing. I don't ever seen any creatures. Do you mind if we have a look around? Of course. Please make yourself at home. Okay, so here's the question. The next edgelord game, like I've already decided, rather than doing like, because I normally have been doing like polls with like 8 to 10 games to pick from. But this next one, I've actually narrowed it down to 2 games that I want Edgelord to play next, because they've been on my polls for a while and they just never win, and I really do want to play them for the channel. Here's my question for you guys. One of the games is more modern at the moment, and it does have like some online multiplayer features, sort of. Emphasis on the words sort of. I know it's not a game that a lot of people, you know, fuck it. It's Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. And I'm like, should I just say, like, skip the poll between the 2 games and just say we're going to do that one so we can play it while there is some online community support? Or the other game, it's about 9 years old at this point. It's a game I've really wanted to take Edgelord through for even longer than Xenoblade. It's called Toukiden 2. Should I just be like, fuck it, let's, who cares about the online support, and should be like, I just have you guys vote on whether or not you want Edgelord to do Toukiden or Xenoblade? Or, so the question is, with the reasoning that I've laid out, should I just be like, no poll, we're just going to do Xenoblade next? Or let's do a poll, and then you guys can help me decide between Toukiden and Xenoblade? That's what that's my question. What do you guys think? Oh yeah, just now you said so that company sent you as well.
I don't really recall saying that.
Okay, that's 1 vote for poll. 1 says I guess you can do online. So I might do the poll then, because again, it will just be a poll between 2 games.
How you doing, my kitchen?
Well, I didn't mean to bother you. Madam Quail said we could look around.
Did she now? Fine, then I'm Duckster. I'm the head chef at Quail Matter. Now, sir, if you wouldn't mind, I'm trying to manage a bit of a crisis here.
What's the problem?
Well, I'm missing a couple of key ingredients, so there'll be no feast until I have them.
I'd be happy to help you. What do you need?
Very well, I need fresh worms and berries. Both ingredients can be found in Quail Matter Garden. Please retrieve them for me so I can begin cooking.
Okay, we'll get right on that.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
Now, I also debated on whether or not I should do a poll to determine which weapon Edgelord will use in either of those 2 games. But at the very least, in terms of, what's it called? Xenoblade, you kind of, Dexter. Yeah, I think that is, what they're referencing. Because, I don't know, maybe he's referencing something like, anyway, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? But, like, in terms of, like, weapon choice, in Xenoblade, you kind of want to sort of level up all the different weapons you have access to, if for no other reason than you want to get access to the different skills. And as for Toukiden, I'm like, I might just want to be like, I'm going to just pick the style that I like, because since it is such a combat focused game, I don't want to be like, vote on a poll, you guys, and then you guys vote on one, then I'm like, this fighting style is unbearable, if you know what I mean. So I'm like, I think with that one, I might just be like, so yeah, I think just for that reason, I'm not going to do a poll on Edgelord's weapon choice, you know? One more time? Yeah, no, there's got to be... Okay. By the way, for those who aren't familiar, Toukiden is kind of a Monster Hunter-esque game. I say kind of because I mean, I personally can't stand the Monster Hunter games, and I have tried multiple times to get into that series. Like, I tried playing Monster Hunter Stories, I've tried playing Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter Wilds, and just couldn't get more than just a few minutes into either before just getting bored out of my fucking mind. But this one, gameplay-wise, it's a lot more similar to something like God Eater, which is a game I do rather like. Also, if you enjoy Everafter, I suggest playing Block Tales on Roblox. Yes, I know. Blox Kids with Block Tales is genuinely good. Hold on, let me... I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, hold on. Let me pull up the exact spelling if you guys want to look it up for yourself. Because specifically the game, it's Token 2. That's the spelling of the game. Actually, kind of looking at it, your spelling was not that far off. Okay. Oh, okay. A second. Yeah, go ahead. What's the question? Shit, I'm already forgetting what's supposed to go where. I'm so bad at these. Which genres are you interested in? I'm mostly into... My favorite genres are... Oh, that one needs to be one over. RPGs or adventure games. Kind of like Legend of Zelda. Honestly, it is kind of hard for me to properly narrow down the games I do like, because I'm not really into first-person shooters as a whole, but I love Left 4 Dead. I like Halo Reach. And I do have a fondness for Splatoon, even if as a whole, I'm not really into online multiplayer competitive games like that. I mean, wait. Because, like, I also got really into the game Smite for a while. But I don't much care for that one anymore. Wait. Hold on. Which... Or do I have them in the wrong spot? No, it's the middle ones, not the front ones. Okay. Into cozy farming games? Yeah, I want to say that I am. Because I adored Harvest Moon. What do I have wrong? Growing up, but I don't know. But I've tried playing, like, I've tried so many Harvest Moon games and just haven't really got into them. Because, like, I was able to get, like, Harvest Moon Friends in Mineral Town, or not Harvest Moon, Story of Seasons Friends in Mineral Town, and Pioneers of Olive Town for, like, dirt cheap. But I couldn't get farther than just a few minutes into each one. So it's just like, I don't know, like, or like, just another example, I just could never get into Stardew Valley. I'm gonna draw on a necrotic ice hydra. That'd be fun. I mean, I've actually purchased, I haven't tried it yet, but I've actually purchased Rune Factory 5, and I do want to try that, but just, like I said, haven't gotten around to it yet. But it is hard for me to say definitively I am into that, you know? Because, I mean, I want to be into that. That's the honest truth. I want to be into that. It's just... Because, again, Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life, that was one of my favorite childhood games. Slime Rancher's a cozy farming, not advise you if you're interested. I've actually heard great things about that game, and I have been meaning to check that one out. Oh, speaking of kind of cozy little farming games, one that I have played that I do really like, this is a game that I backed on Kickstarter, and I'm thinking now that I'm done with Dragon Age, maybe the thing that's going to take the slot in terms, in terms of like, in terms of my streaming schedule might be games I've backed on Kickstarter. Just to show some love to them, you know? But, wrong one. Another one that I backed that was a cozy farming simulator was A Summer in Mara, which was a cozy farming simulator that takes place on a tropical island, so it's kind of like Wind Waker meets Rune Factory or Stardew Valley or whatever. Oh, there we go. I must... Oh yeah, this is one of the best trinkets in the game. I think both games are either gained or... Sunrise is made by this... Maybe start watching YouTube. Okay, yeah. Yeah, again, that one has been on my radar for a while, and it is one I do want to check out at some point. Destruction of property that's not mine. What's up, Jeeves?
Excellent. You've retrieved the mission grade, so I can start cooking for the feast. Where's my sous chef? Can you please let him know to start cooking?
Also, I would advise don't starve if you like survival. Survival's another genre that I want to like, but I usually am just not... I don't find the grind. Hi, Dexter's ready for the start cooking for the feast. He needs you to head to the kitchen.
Of course, right away.
It has phenomenal art style. Yeah, survival is a genre I've wanted to get into, especially because I remember when I saw the trailers for the game State of Decay, I thought that sounded awesome, especially since that was like the height of the zombie craze. Should I make the heads for the Hydra more draconic, snaky, or eel? Ooh, I vote eel-like. That's my vote, anyway.
Dear Diary, I've spoken with Madame Quail. She's a very intelligent lady, and I must admit she's quite charming. I explained to Madame Quail that Everafter Inc. would be opening a new branch of Innsbeak, and she seemed strangely amused. Behind those beady eyes, I can sense the gaze of a bloodthirsty predator. There's something fishy going on here, and I will get to the bottom of it.
Great character design, neat mechanics. Oh yeah, let me also jot that one down just so I don't forget it. But I've always struggled with survival games in terms of actually enjoying them, if you know what I mean. Because, like, even, like, the survival mechanics that were added to Skyrim, I struggle with, too. Because I'm like, how should I make it slimy yet icy? Ideas? Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Maybe have, like, chunks of ice built on it, but then kind of have it, like, the ice is melting off of it. So, like, the bottom half is, like, you know, decay. Since this is, like, if this is, like, the Lich Hydra or the Undead Hydra you're talking about, you can have, like, some slimy, you know, decaying flesh underneath, you know? The first one is a single player masterpiece. Second one is a great continuation that opens a new world for co-op. Okay. So the detective did come here after all. Why would Madame Quill lying? Wait, there's another entry here.
Dearest Journal, I feel as though I'm being watched. After speaking with Madame Quayle, I returned to my hotel room to find a strange letter slipped under the door.
Decaying slime flesh with ice flowing in it and out of it. Yeah.
It read, Dear Detective, you are in great danger. You must leave Innsbruck immediately. There was no signature, no trace of Roach except a single footprint on the parchment paper.
The third entry was just announced. Sweet.
I wonder who left that strange note for Detective Holmes.
Let's put our detective skills to good use and track down whoever left this letter. We have the footprint to go off of.
Oh, it's worth a shot.
Every single time they seem to get harder and more gothic aesthetic, which I love. I wonder when... I don't remember when Ava joins the party. Because, again, we are... I don't feel this is too much of a spoiler, and even if it is, it doesn't really matter. Ava, the HR lady, I mean, I don't think it's a spoiler because she was literally on the title screen of the game. She is a companion. She's a companion character, and she's the companion who joins in this chapter. I just don't remember definitively when she does finally join. Yeah, there is... One of the companions is a skeletal witch. She is wonderful. We both know I'm going to have to break you now. And that's the way that the sardines get flushed. Okay, I don't think there's much for me to do over here just yet, but I'm putting off actually advancing the story as much as possible simply due to the fact that I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Lighting these torches definitely brings me back to playing, you know, Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, Majora's Mask. I miss the old school Zelda games. I'm gonna give it two tails where it can shoot rotting blood. Should I? Ooh, that sounds properly. Oh shit. That sounds properly disgusting. I say do it. Cha-ching.
So I love these creatures because, you know, once you take out half their health, they just slice their heads off and gain another, you know, claw to attack you with. Real lizards cry blood. I did know that. Make it cry blood. Yeah. But yeah, the aesthetic in this chapter is so good. Fuck. Thankfully, I don't take damage for falling into water like I do in some games like Ink Bottle. Fuck yes. Yeah, it is decaying, all right. You know, it's also decaying the state of the world. Shit. The state of the world. I mean, yeah, that is absolutely true. Sweet. Yep, it is decaying. You know, it's kind of funny. I had a friend who, they are like super into horror and whatnot. And it was kind of amusing for the two of us because their last name is Decay. Now, obviously, it's not spelled the same way as, you know, decaying or whatnot. But we're like, oh, it's a good thing that they really love horror because their last name is very suited for a rotting zombie, if you know what I mean. We're just going to get healed up at the hotel. What if its heads are skulls of a horse, decaying eel, or horse hydra heads? Ooh, that's a fun idea. I guess. What if, like, then again, maybe you don't want the asymmetricality, but what if since it's an undead hydra, what if it's like got different skulls for its head? That it's just like attach different skulls to replace the heads that have rotten and fallen off. But like I said, if you don't want it to look asymmetrical, then I think the decaying eel head might look better as a whole, just because you can get like those sunken out eyes that you sometimes see with like fish when their heads rot. Oh, here we go. Oh, Ava from HR, fancy meeting you here.
I'm sure I've got this all wrong, but from my perspective, it looks like you stole my key, broke into the forbidden section, made off with company property. Maybe they can have Hydra variants. Oh, I like that too. Made off with company property and entered the world despite it specifically being banned from travel, all behind my back. And on top of that, burnt my beautiful plant collection to the ground. I must be mistaken, right? Because surely no one would be so blatantly cross me.
We can explain everything. It's okay, Flint. It's okay, Flint. I've got this. Ahem. Lady, we can do what we please. We don't answer to you. Look, I know it makes you feel good to boss people around, but the truth is you're just a cog. You don't mean anything to anybody. No one's afraid of you.
Are you finished?
Yes, so why don't you scurry back to office and file some paperwork or whatever it is you do. I love Ava so much. Tinder?
Does anyone have anything else to say? I'm all ears.
Oh, ma'am, Tinder doesn't mean it. Can you please change her back? Don't you think you're being a bit harsh?
Well, Flint, let's hear it from you. Why shouldn't I show you your friend's punishment?
Okay, look, we're searching for Sherlock Holmes. I'm sorry we went behind your back, but he could be in trouble, and we have a strong lead on where to find him. I know this book is dangerous, but we're experienced enough to handle it.
Is that so? Well, the orders to ban this book came straight from corporate. I'm strictly enforcing it because I will not lose yet another employee on my watch. If you really think you're strong enough to handle things in here, then how about you prove it to me? Through a duel, you and me right now. I'll be the judge of what you're capable of.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. No. There we go. That's right, Flint. Do your Captain America impression. Thank you, Ava. You won't be missed, mostly because you're not going anywhere. Very well, Flint. You're stronger than you look. Transform your friends back. I don't think anything could be more humiliating than my current form, but here we are. Okay, listen up, folks. I'll permit you to stay in this story to find Detective Holmes, but I'm coming with you. That really won't be necessary. We already have such a productive dynamic going. It's decided without me, you'll never find Detective Holmes. I'm joining the team. Yay! By the way, what if all the heads are eels, but they all rot differently? Ooh, that's an idea. It's a pleasure. I'll be joining. So after blah 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 blah. Certainly benefit from something. Blah 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 blah. Doesn't give him magic. Certain knowledge. Transfers any character you encounter. Give it a try. Press blah 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 blah. Nice. Transform anyone encountered in a chicken, but small critters like cats and mice have special forms that can only be seen by transforming them. Check this out. Yeah, I like, it's fine, Detective Holmes. All right, David, can you please give us a moment? So, obviously, we're going to keep this whole Takedown Everafter Inc. thing on the down low for now. If she finds out about our plans, it'll ruin absolutely everything. We can't let that happen. Maybe she'll come around to the cause. Doubtful. I've never seen such a loyal office drone in my life. We just have to play along for now until we find the detective, and then hopefully she'll just go back to HR and leave us to our plans. All right, friends, let's get a move on, shall we? The detective won't find himself. Excuse me again. Yeah, I like Ava quite a bit. Oh. Give me those glasses, bitch. So yeah, Ava is like our first character besides Flint that can attack airborne enemies. And it's also nice that because she can jump, she can actually get over shields. So yeah, she is a very nice addition. Now, I do feel she sadly plateaus a little early compared to some other characters. Like, I remember in the end game, she was probably the companion I was using the least in combat. And it's not because she's bad, it's just because, again, I feel she does plateau a little bit. You know, I'm going to hold off buying those. Right. I came back to see about buying... I wanted to see about buying... there should be... Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I'll need to find 2 more so I can get that. Let's see. Also, since we're 3 gem, 1 star, 3 times away, do you have the extra paradoxes? I do mine. No, I don't have those yet because I didn't think I can get the paradox Pokemon until I get to Area 0, and I haven't actually played Pokemon Scarlet on my own file in a while. Let's see. So Frog's Kiss. Yeah, we want that. Yeah, I don't want that. Let's give you Healthy Glow. Let's give you Hail Mary. And then we can give you the Poison Protection. Actually, screw it. I can decide to do this goal. So just blend it. Yeah. Alright, let's upgrade. I got 1 bottle of ink, though. Foul play. Also, we gonna do another file paradox or that world's paradox? I mean, I'm good either way, really. I just haven't really stopped to take the time on my main file to catch the paradox. I've been really busy this week, so sorry about that. So I don't know, at this rate it might just be quicker or easier to wait until Edgelord gets there, since they should be getting to the crater either this stream or next stream. And just, I can grab you your extra paradoxes once we get there. I don't know. We'll see what I've got time for today after this stream on my free time, because I've got a busy day after this. Got to get my car tuned up and other things, and then have plans this evening. But yeah, probably this world's file. Yeah, because I promise I'm not blowing you off, I swear. It's just time. I have just such a limited amount of it, sadly. Yeah, just while we're here, we can now go this way. Three blind mice?
Well, finish my favorite company, bootlickers. Welcome to the shop of rarities. It's not technically authorized to be selling this stuff, though it keeps the place closed. Goes to the chest.
You know you've set up this shop in my bedroom, right?
Okay, then can I give you the capsule thingy? And for remain, we can do the trade, and we can do the trade deal. Sure, that's fine. I'm also really disappointed. I really hate that I actually use the capsule on my low kicks, because literally like the next day when I was just doing some grinding, you know, evolving some Pokemon, I came across a tier 3 raid for low kicks, and the fucking thing had tinted lenses. I'm like, I should have used the damn capsule on Meowscarada. I'm so pissed with myself. But Lounge Bar Space came here, look, use anything. So this sell where they sell some really, really good shit. Yep, they sell some really good shit. Yeah, and I feel dumb because you flat out told me about that, so it's something I knew. I guess just my thought process was, I'm like, well, there's no guarantee I'll actually come across any of those Pokemon. Even though it's like low kicks is not exactly a rare Pokemon. Yeah, I'm just... I don't know. I just... Ugh. Like I said, I just feel dumb. I'll get over it, but it is one of those things that, yeah, I do just feel dumb. Don't feel dumb. It was luck. That's fair. Yeah. You know, one thing that's kind of sad is I initially planned on playing a lot more Pokemon games as edgelord. Because it's like, oh, Fire Red and Leaf Green are now out on digital. I should do that as edgelord, but I tried replaying that game just on my own time, and I really did not enjoy revisiting that game very much. So once, I mean, okay, and I could do Let's Go Eevee, because that's what I own for edgelord, but honestly, after Scarlet and Violet is done, After I'm done with the DLC, it's like, until Wind and Waves come out, I might be done with Pokemon with Edgelord for a while. Although I do still need to get the new like the game where you play as Ditto, and it's like Animal Crossing. I still need to get that, because I've heard great things about it, and I want to play it. And depending on how it goes, it's like, I might be able to do this one as Edgelord. Or that one as Edgelord. Yes, that's the one. I don't know why I keep forgetting what it's called, but yes, that is absolutely the one I'm talking about. Hey there, we're looking for a detective colleague of ours. We know it was you who sent him that written letter. Highest rated Pokemon game, by the way. I know. Actually, speaking of highest rated games in a series, I was also seriously tempted to just say we're going to play Digimon Time Strangers for Edgelord next, because that game's still new. And that was that set records for Digimon games. And Digimon Time Stranger is phenomenal. Love it to pieces. You know something. Tell us what happened to him. Listen, pal, the mystery has left involved you here. You're in danger. You'll be I tell you this place. We know your letter said the same to Sherlock Holmes, but we really need to find him. I'll tell you what, if you got another sweet sip of old nectar, I'm inclined to help you out. Bring me a bottle of nectar and I'll think like I could dare you. They're gonna be the extra dares out there, the wigless dub like yourself's gonna get up there, hick. Okay. Before we actually do that, we're gonna go give the glasses back to the locksmith, because I just want to be able to access the music shop, because I think that's how Wolfgang's gonna get his upgraded attack, and I would like everyone to be on the same power level as we advance through the story. Let's see. If you want a Pokemon fan game, go for Unbound. Yeah, I've been considered, like, emulation and fan games are definitely not off the table. Let me also, hold on, let me make a note of that just so I don't forget it. Okay. It's a hack of fire red. Okay, I will keep that in mind. But yeah, jumping way back to that question I asked you guys about the Edgelord poll. I'm probably, if I am going to do a poll and not just be like we're doing Xenoblade, I'll probably post it once we beat the main story. The Roblox one, Brick Bronze. If you want to, Brick Bronze, okay. All right, file my, yeah. What good do you reckon? So we can get a new key for Bill in his instrument shop now, like you promised?
Bill at bottom thing scum, you know what he did. He said that these glasses were a bit much. Can you believe him? Bill said that. I suppose I promised you some help, so I'll try not to think about it. This is key this is for.
Yay! Yeah. Between Xenoblade, but yeah. If I do a poll to decide between Xenoblade and Toukiden 2, I will post that, I think, once I get through the main story of Scarlet. Since
let's hear some kind of reward on for luck.
no, we're just browsing. That loot looks pretty sweet. How much for it?
You gotta be a real musician to play that instrument. Stubborn bird by the loot. Prove musician with us.
Charm you an old sea dog with me. I'll give that darn thing a house. How about it? Sweet. Okay, cool. Yeah, got his. Let's see. I'd like to say being able to help this much makes me feel very fulfilled. I'm glad. Wasn't able to use Terra at its full potential in the main story since shards are expensive. No freaking kidding, man. Limbus Company kind of fits Edgelord, not gonna lie. Pretty dark, though. Limbus Company. Okay. By the way, just, because I know some people are curious. Like a requirement for edgelord to play a game is the main character either needs to be silent. Actually, that's basically it. Is the main character needs to be silent. Just so I can have edgelord provide the voices. Again, I'm not saying, yeah. I just was like, oh yeah, I really need to post somewhere what the criteria for an edgelord game is, just because I've had some people be like, edgelord might like playing this, but since it's like the general idea is supposed to be that edgelord's not actually playing the game, they're like physically like reincarnating and having to live through the game, you know. Main character of Limbus Company has amnesia. Oh, well, that also could work. Honestly, being able to make someone be able to access the hidden abilities, egg moves, and terror type is awesome. Yeah, and I appreciate the interaction. Like, that was the reason why, like, there are some games, like some franchises like Zelda and whatnot, where I'm like, okay, I've played a Zelda game. I'm not going to put another Zelda game on the poll for a while still, just so there's some gaps in between them. But I've been a lot more willing to throw Pokemon games on the list one after the other. Mostly because it's like, I want to take advantage of these games while there's an active player base, you know? Because that's why, I mean, okay, to be fair, there was supposed to be a much larger gap in between Pokemon Legends ZA and Pokemon Scarlet. And there would have been had our computer not absolutely and utterly refused to work with me with Fallout New Vegas. Like, again, for those who don't know, Fallout New Vegas, I did do a single stream of Fallout New Vegas after I was done with Legends EA, but I ran into an issue that every time I, you know, I'd have, so I, because I only have one screen on our computer, I'd have to like start up Fallout, exit out, start the stream, and then when I tried to click back into Fallout, the game would crash. So I couldn't stream it after that first time, and I don't know why I was able to get it to work. So I had to I still want to try to get back to it, but I had to throw that one out at least for now. And then I'm like, okay, let's post the next poll to decide what I'm going to do. And it still had Pokemon Scarlet. No, actually Final Fantasy won next. But that game was a lot shorter than I thought. And then Pokemon Scarlet won, so there was not as big of a gap in between Pokemon games I normally would let there be. Let's see, the main character knows nothing who they were before that. Yeah, give it here, big, yeah. Yeah, better. That's the big, yeah, me. It's Pete Pigeon Plate. You said you'd let us know about Sherlock Holmes? I did. I must warn you, though. The story ain't for the faint of heart. It's because Lay's just a quiet little fishing habit, it were. But after time, the fishes started to dwindle in tough times. I am the tell they did. Well, fishing industry keep its big going. The folks around here are real desperate. So they turned to AI. Lar was one family member that the president didn't touch. I was a quail family. I've always been flush with wealth. Apparently, Mills tell I did. And they would tales of generations, mind you, whispers of them dealing with some dark, something sinister. They pray to no gods known the bird kind. They pray to AI. So Madam Quill came to the simple folks of Innsbruck, offering up secrets to her wealth and fix their woes. Well, you see, you gotta understand that the townsfolk, they've done anything. And so the Order of the Feather was born, a cult ran by Madam Quail devoted to worshiping the ancient god who lurks deep in the abyss of the ocean. The gods be older than the blanket universe itself, and if you're even now, it speaks its true name to speak its true name, to speak, call it forth. In exchange for hefty fish hauls and treasure from bundle realms, the Order of the Feather pledged themselves to the Old Ones. And through their worship and sacrifice, the Old Ones get stronger.
It's set to split to get the short calorie compliance, and all streets it makes me teeming with vile creatures from the depths. And I'll learn enough to chill your bones, then the battle of the old ones start becoming wall of the ocean. Keep a sharp eye at the townsfolk. You might spy fins and those other fishy traits starting to show.
Honestly, given the fact that, you know, this is straight from the Shadow over Innsmouth, that the humans there started getting fish qualities, I love seeing these birds with fish qualities. It's nice little artistic touch.
So, were you a massive detective, might be wondering. Well, I reckon he's slain for sacrifice to the old one. Like,
oh shit, did... Okay, never mind. For a second, I thought the game audio cut out. Yeah, so that's why the birds look a bit fishy.
If I be sacrificed, be seen, detective, getting this realm. Same goes for you, laws, why mortal peril.
Oh my, that's simply awful. I knew this place was too dangerous. I'm gonna have to file so much paperwork when this is all over. And I do love paperwork.
Okay, so evil cult, ancient ocean-dwelling god, and a whole lot of nonsense. Got it. We might want to the detective. Where might the detective be now? I'd like to get the show on the road.
Well, too late. The detective's likely still captive in Quail Matter. Listen very carefully and bat up Quail's private quarters with a hidden switch under a desk. You gotta find the switch to enter her chamber. Hopefully the detective's still there. But hurry, time's running short, no doubt. The old one's minions are alerted to your presence. The Order of the Feather will be coming for you.
Well, thanks for your help. Oh, wow. I fucking hate these things. Well, it's dead at least. Shoot, I did the wrong attack. I meant to do the one that attacked everybody. There we go. I thought the head for this Hydra would have been hard, but nope. The legs are. Oh yeah, I cannot do feet or legs or whatever. Like, again, in my Edgelord comic, Edgelord's feet always look awful. Well, so do their hands, but I usually try to just draw their hands as little nubs as much as possible. Again, they're usually depicted as a little black rabbit, so it works. I don't know why I did that. I just felt like it. I just felt like being a dick. No particular reason. I'm just kind of sick. Kerchunk. Slime Rancher main character silent. Oh yeah. So yeah, that could also work too. I know, like, I definitively, like, kind of going back to like your question about cozy farm sim games, a game I absolutely want to do for Edgelord is Harvest Moon Tree of Tranquility, simply due to the fact that Edgelord is afraid of nature. Specifically, the only thing they're truly afraid of is trees. And since Tree of Tranquility is about literally saving a tree, that just is funny to me. So you can make Edgelord go into a world full of mostly non-edgy things. Would be very funny. I agree. But like, I want Edgelord to play Tree of Tranquility, but I also want them to play Story of Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life, just because that's still my favorite farm simulation game. And it's one I know I can get through because I definitely do find it fun and stimulating enough. Shit. But yeah, I could definitely agree with that being, that'd be pretty funny. Oh no, gumballs of death. I know that if it wasn't for the fact that I just never could get into Stardew Valley, I'd absolutely consider taking Edgelord through Stardew Valley. But I did go out, I did buy it. The person named Edgelord getting trapped in a world where nearly all the inhabitants are round. I have no edges. Pff, okay, that would be funny. Although it was kind of like Abby and I were talking about, it's like, so again, Edgelord is not actually their name. They don't actually have a name. It's just everyone calls them Edgelord. So like, fine, you can, if, because like Edgelord would normally be like, when people are like, what's your name? It's like, don't have one. Well, I can't just not call you anything. It's like, fine. Enough people have called me an idiot Edgelord, so you can call me Edgelord the idiot if you absolutely need to call them something. Yeah. Oh, the Limbus Company, the main character can revive people, work with using the club. Okay, that's interesting. But yeah, so yeah, Abby and I were talking about, it's like, does Edgelord actually have a real name, or is it just they don't believe in? Because, like, Edgelord's argument for not having... So the reason why Edgelord doesn't have a name is because they originate from the game Biomutant. And in the game Biomutant, the main character goes completely unnamed. The closest thing you get is towards the beginning of the game. Some of the characters refer to you as the One-Eyed Ronin. But that only lasts, like, maybe the first 2 hours of the game. And then throughout the rest of the game, your character is just referred to as you or... yeah, it is. They're just referred to as you or friend. So, because of that, I kind of worked that into Edgelord's personality, I guess, for lack of a better word. That, again, they don't have they don't have a name, they don't believe in names. But then, like, the way I went ahead to justify it is it's like, my parents didn't give me a name before they were brutally murdered. And or it's like, ugh, I don't like names because some people can be named like Great Warrior or a name that means Great Warrior, but then they've never done anything heroic, if you know what I mean. So it's like, that's just misleading. So, yeah, Edgelord's very... Oh, okay, a quick way back. Sweet. Damn it. Huzzah, Sun Gem. Oh, well that means I should have enough Sun Gems now to buy that other attack boost. So let's go grab that. Someone named Disco Panda IRL. Nice. My condolences. Yeah, and then the other reason why Edgelord doesn't want a name is they're like, I know fairies can use magic to, you know, can use a name against you. So he's like, I don't want a name because I don't want something a fairy can use against him or against them. Okay, now I need to save up for that other... No, I can't put that on Wolfgang because he's got too many of his personal stuff taking up his... Yeah, I think it just makes the most sense to give it to Eva at the moment. Because, yeah, most of Tinder's...
No, Edgelord's reason for no name need is kind of reasonable since someone can legally give you a Disco Panda or a Rave Lizard. Oh, yeah.
And yeah, so like before, there was a local LARP park that Abby used to work at and we would both used to go to. And I'd go there as Edgelord. And, you know, Edgelord flat out told the different, you know, characters there that, like, I do not care what you call me. My name doesn't matter. Or I don't have a name. So it's like, literally, just call me whatever you want. So someone called me, someone called Edgelord Apocalypse Man because, you know, I wore a gas mask and other stuff. Other people called him the janitor because he always had I was carrying around a plunger and a bra. Well, it was a duster, but it was designed to look like a toilet brush. Let's see. They said something about a switch under the... Then, someone started calling Edgelord Jack because, like, oh, you're a jack of all trades. I'm like, fair enough. Yeah, they said something about a switch, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, it's like Edgelord was 100% on board for most of that. But then one person's like, oh, well, I'll just call you this because surely your parents called you that. I'm like, don't you fucking dare ever call me that again, because Edgelord did... It's like, that title or whatever, it's like, it was based on... Oh, here we go. What Edgelord was when they were a baby, not who Edgelord was now as a person, and they did not care for that. Because that's another reason Edgelord doesn't like names, is because it gives people an impression of you that's not based on who you are in the moment. Well, this is unsettling.
Oh, well, well, looks who's decided to join us. Excellent timing. We're about to begin the ritual. Now that we've feasted, you've kindly saved us the trouble of coming to find you. Yes, indeed, you will all play an important role in the ceremonies to come. Along with the detective, now we have more than enough tribute for our great god. Duckster, will you please apprehend our fine friends when we begin the ritual?
It's time for violence. Ancient one, grant me strength. Free no greater Cthulhu, otherwise we should figure she gets Suckety blue, the bill but didn't speak manner. Blah blah. What a quack. Timing on that's hard. Oh, fuck. Ugh, fear is awful. It's probably one of the worst status conditions in the game. Right, I should have brought out Wolfgang, not Ava. My thought process was I threw the attack boost onto Ava, but with the armor, Wolfgang's gonna be the better choice, really. Actually, let's also put Tinder up front, because she's the one with the spiky shell buff. When I looked at the pigs, I was expecting an evilness. I was originally surprised. Oh, hold on. I would have called Edgelord Gashead for Light making fun of without being mean, or Courier as in LA Vegas. No, Gashead absolutely. I'm like, Gashead would actually be a good nickname for them. Because they are kind of long-winded. And again, honestly, Edgelord wouldn't actually mind being called that. Because it's like, if it's something that, you know, you actually have and feel is an experience with them. So that didn't really make much sense. Oh, he is... This guy must be, like, immune to spike damage. Dang it. Okay, Wolfgang at the very least is better. There we go.
Grace right here, close to where I start. How dare you try to power the old line? I am completely immortal. This form prepared to meet your end.
He traumatized Tinder and, yep, has a tentacle neck. Yep.
You see, it's foolish to attempt to resist the Old One's power, and now once we offer you up for sacrifices, you will have the privilege of fully witnessing it yourself. Duckster, take the wolf and the lizard and prepare for the next sacrificial ritual. We'll deal with the human and the witch later. Oh, and confiscate their storybooks. If our offerings do manage to wriggle away, we can't have them leaving Innspeak. Long live the Order of the Feather. Praise Cthulhu.
Wolfgang and Tinder have been separated from the team. Do you want to save the game? Yes, I do. Okay. So, I am afraid... Actually, we'll wait till we get to the next save station, but the car... The place where I get my oil change is open, so I need to get that taken care of. Which is why I woke up a little earlier to try to get more streaming in.
Oh, what a fine evening. This cosmos has blessed us with 4 more souls to offer to the great Cthulhu, as if the detective wasn't a blessing enough. Sadly, we'll have to hold you here until we can prepare your friends for the ritual. Then it'll be your turn.
Where are they?
I shan't tell Duxter's brought your friends to a remote location to undergo the sacrificial ritual. The same ritual was performed for Detective Holmes.
What are you going to do to them?
After the ritual, we will offer their bodies and souls to the great Cthulhu. He shall rise from the depths and feast upon our humble offerings.
You're going to feed our colleagues to the fish monster? What's wrong with you?
Not a monster, my dear, a god. In exchange for our sacrifice offerings, Cthulhu blesses us with great power and riches. We need to keep offering sacrifices to keep our power. It's as simple as that.
Also, what is Edgelord's Gashead's favorite melee weapon if he has one? If they have one? Yeah. By the way, 100% you can keep calling Edgelord Gashead. Their favorite melee weapon's a chainsaw.
We need to keep offering sacrifice to keep our power. It is simple. Listen, my dear, this will be all over soon. Once we deal with your friend, we'll come back for you. And don't even try to escape. Even if you could swim, the waters in the harbor will thrash all but the strongest swimmers. And just be safe. We confiscated your storybook, so leaving Innspeak is quite impossible. Anyway,
should have expected that to be their choice. Yep. Well, now what?
You just want to say I told you so, because you decided to meddle in the Forbidden Storybook. 2 more Everafter Inc. employees are now in danger. This reflects very poorly on HR.
It's easy to throw Blaine around, but it doesn't change the fact that we got to get out of here. We need to go rescue Tinder and Wolfgang and, of course, the detective. We can still manage this on our own.
Okay, I think your strongest relaxation technique, breathe in and out. Whew. I'm not mad at you, Flint. I'm just very disappointed in your unprofessional behavior. But let's put our pin in this. I accept your apology, of course.
I don't recall apologizing.
So time for brainstorming. Sheesh, how are we gonna get off this rock?
Yeah. Edgelord as a whole definitely prefers the use of guns to melee weapons. I mean, granted, I usually play with melee weapons in games because I'm not as good with guns in combat. Seal transformation.
Oh, it's a spell. Why, that scruffy pigeon dropped for us. Flint, may I take a look?
Yep, turn into a seal.
Oh, yes, fascinating. Flint, do you see that symbol over there? I can channel the power from the glyph and transform you into a new form. Try standing on and pressing square.
Yep. Yep, this is this game's way of water traversal. I rather like this one. Since like in the very first Paper Mario game, you had sushi. In the second one, you had the boat transformation. Bug Fables, there really wasn't water traversal. Blade on a chain. Blade on a chain, rapier, and a fish are my favorite melee weapons, and metal chair to the shins. Well, technically speaking, that pigeon that dropped us the seal magic symbol, he's not like a part of the cult, so he gave it to us to kind of screw the cult over. So, as to like why they left those on the ground, I don't have an answer for that. Poor planning. You know, in hindsight, I should have just used the multi-shield attack on the cultist with the knife, and then just had Eva finish off the big guy by jumping on him. That way I could have minimized how much coffee I used, but strategically thinking about how to take your move is for losers. Right? Fish. The fish is just the distraction of the blade and chain coming in face. Do you even know what they mean? I highly doubt it. I will say this is my least favorite stretch of the game. Well, any stretch of the game where I don't have Tinder is my least favorite, since Tinder, because she has the ability to burn enemies, that does automatically make her a hair more useful because she can do chip damage, if you know what I mean. So, I'm like, dang it, give me my dragon back. Give me my dragon. Rock the dragon. Dragon balls. I mean, I don't know if I could say Tinder is best girl, since I think Ava might be best girl, but I love Tinder. Okily dokily. Okay. Yeah, like I said, this is where I am going to have to call it for the day because I need to go take care of my car. Yeah, there will be more Pokemon Scarlet streaming tomorrow. We'll be continuing with Edgelord shenanigans there. Like I said, once we beat the main story, that's when I will maybe post a poll for Edgelord's next game. Maybe I won't, maybe I will, haven't decided. Abby should be streaming on Monday. Maybe, it just kind of depends on her work schedule. And I might stream, there's a possibility I might stream on a weekday if Abby works, but that's not a guarantee. Update some references for the Jedi made plus a little bit with the torso, nice. But yeah, I don't think there are any other channel announcements, but yeah, I'm not sure when, but I'll see you then. Bye-bye.